I mean, can't be. Capo
Bema, okay.
You are about your team now, about time, Capo Neka,
Bema,
and yes, I'm Bema. Said you okay. That's how you progress when you are there.
Now, Boost Studio Mrazo as an okay.
So be a
Boost Studio Mrazo as
a to you, best and Sheno. 2 months saying, oh, no, or 2 years or 2 o'clock opportunities.
Onu madwuma kompa badada ABC game attention na pay obesha no so betwa star 262 hash na afro peke and 3 letters na watwa 5 Ghana series ekono obedi sika na afenu amansom na ye kama e diama yan draw no ye no anopa 10 na afi awia 12:30 na afi 5 pm no yasa aye draw anajo 9 pm t a multiple times draw and you play on a day and you 3 letters na wutwa no na afi udi na nuama so aye kama e de amount ya no ahye no so esenyame adoma non do ye be draw e de amount electromat some control say a Black Friday and almost say ne baso I just say 80% discount no wo mo eltham amount nuama beto say TV and also fridge and also bia washing machine and a mobile phone and a open blender microwave no and afi kettles ni ade a ni nyina no settle say November and so abeko na wie ye no omo Black Friday and some ade amount and to be channel so na ora Shadian Bronson no ST your LG your Samsung and afi flex ni ade ni nyina no ade say obi o ho and also ba on sabetimi akami ntia no ahye no so adem amame say obetimi and so akoy showrooms no ba bia wo bia and say www.electromax.com.gh na afi also more experience and we am ya dey abedwaman so 0552 777 905 na afi woni electromat tempering for adem and come best brand publications wonum adaroma and I no pay books in there our German so send in kudai and some basic 1 to 6 and afi English language fante dagbani and I say me French no you being also ayeton aman kudai womo extra science and afi and BC ni wasi science no and afi social studies and maths no course subjects ni nyina no you be a one my ayeton pamphlet akudai and so ebetobia ade say ne ebetimi aboa na afenu ama ye kama efe amane ye wo abed kwan so a ye ben la posada hotel 0507200200 na afi best brain no won mpanimfo ensom na din komo Zenjemed Dental Clinic Limited wo mantaroma wo seno ana abeso twa braces atoso ana asem bia no obese gold and silver crown no what them atoso ana asem bia white ni asa uye bia no nyame adom na se onya akodu a o metimi abo akaka bi ya na se ne obese ntu ema na afia ni dwuma bia ne kama ni nyina no ayare se ne odu ani kirewa ye betimi abo amaletichigu ya ni post office dia ni mhwa akra atomic down and some there bo dwuma Kumasi Report Junction magazine one on sabe kan yen 0559139582 na fe wodi nkomo betway with betway rewards and ne ye kam adiama sports betting and as a casino ni nyina no wonso obetimi atwa bi na afi utwa nyina na wunya points na points no boa no a edu ba bia utime withdraw na afi wonso odi ade obeso ye bia entisha no so se wanya o points no edu ba bi na wo kire wa wo withdraw obetimi side ye twa bet anu ye betway.com.gh na afi wonso register na nuama ye kama Lawson Beverages Limited and pay make am for Lawson Delayman Peters and atem ama Supremo ejaculation and asem ya out so what ya low spend council any antini nyina no ade se na onya dra bi na ono ma betimi aboa Lawson Delayman capsule si and also aboa oba o man sisi wonya bia na akam and also kwa fixture what ya wadro and 0248619999 na fe wadu juma smart view mobile and tablet wo mu adaroma and anope A3X Oppo our German so phone power pa yedi ko de bronya yedi twa selfie ya TikTok live afi ya YouTube production ya de phone yi ebetimi aboa be kone camera yi anu washepe 600 Ghana cedis ana afi what to A3X Oppo ana afi Redmi 5A no so no 450 Ghana and also no a fraction box anu washepa ana afi Redmi 6 and also a 600 Ghana cedis anu a 64 gig utobia ebetimi aboa yo unbreakable tablet no and so German so ne bono anu wase a 1600 a 512 gig ana afi ne RAM no and so a 16 gig no a dia se Ghana be bia wo bia no ye delivery e wo kuma sen cry o tamale o sunyane be bia o be frame 0247812358 na afi wadi nkomo e na no pe tabia takum ana me kamfori ama se takum no be debi amana boa libido ana ko formatting kan wo yo ba wo ye be ma wo be debi wo debia eno anso atimi aboa ye pa na wia na wo petabia ba Mr. no malaria ana afi eno hawa dwandi si wonu ma 20 minutes dia wadro enso ni awia wa petabia heba capsule sanu som dwumadia edi ewo sisie num ana afi wo yamatima eno betimi aboa 0243686861 na afi nu ama ye kama immunitable supplement ana make come from na dia ma se no immune system booster a boosty immune system to be num pina afi eno enso letimi aboa na bibia kama ade ama emfie no wa wodi mfie dumie no enko oba wa fa yefunu ana afi oba wo ma kodanu for unum bia enye ye 0535112813 na afi enu ama aye kama AB Herbal Clinic na afi miri twato no oba tan abam na glaucoma ana se cataract test woni so aye stroke ni nyina no ayade se ne AB Herbal Clinic ona adu oni be kire na afi doctor ensom na bo adwuma ade ama so for rasta no na wase odia wo yade bia prostate no ani stroke no kuma se kwada so dwuna se men market na chi ani abo adwuma o domain kra ye ben Ebenezer Primary School awon from aye adwuma na said ye tie nie 0541 565 199 now the AB doctor Eddie and Comonano P.
Now, I said something can just say, I'm 27th to 29th of December, and I'm straight to a high sense Black Friday promo, and I'm straight to my Twitter. Now, Unim Science for so customer promotion. Oh, want to want to say, she. It is a open incredible quality television set and open nurse and me patano air chest freezers, open air condition, open sound system. Me patano so the other day na open, Nina Obabodo showroom and also to more Ghana by beer. Now, sweat to a cockroach basins, ammonia mano, adas and chin canya bebre, a wow, and my name is Etimique and some Etimedemantico, now Quaginia, my papa free license for 27th November to 29th of November, 3 days. Now, high sense for say, make culture about quality, durable, affordable, and I am just a guaranteed. Apply home appliances are opening now. Who run a bit and sweat to a makache? His son, 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Won't pay an up at Ayakai. Nessan is everyday prices for everyday people. When you say Kakra, and so 81 to about Roman showroom senior. Now, so the one Jimmy may out to my next week and a Saj Medino, and also 81 Toja. Now, me Dima for about Santa doctor at the time. To so remedy one corner stroke no jaya de what the time to so catch and tatia case in Tibra no on intimate side de a banis yade and to prostrate enlargement and opposite bana bema wo soon timengano no one bet me for about Santa no doctor so the time and sweat tomato so no be answer at my come and they say be and sweat to pema oh and the attorney say furniture our buako agogo no on the patro school dance one ma and I'm demand for about Santa our doctor at the time to so nampatuma mo nkan opoko asemayera eho ana the doctor at the time to confess our kapumpini mantemo 0244774282 na mpani first etmakasa we anu akwakoju 3p garlic mixture na no sweat mabobo amabia akama edema 3p ni de maka ede atro se we nom vitamins and minerals a woman the test a body pedua mani pedua CPA sita enti say bia wo system na ayembre yade bia twa na do konsia do a wo be kokonom na so na 3p garlic mixture and what menstrual pains and atete wo nan ayetete wo moja no me part the test e wo sro wo be ko na mpo so akwakwagi 3p e be na aba normal ama bia atwa kwe edema afi asman teche wa yade na hawa wo na 3p betu aso and so timi da 3p garlic garlic mixture ya make na semi our glass bottle ma ni tin aye kokko anempo garlic label no enso aye kokko na da me pato to no bibia eto kama aya kai se ba bia ton to bia kwa so be kabe 0248928824 na mpani fa kasa Jackson enupa no ewo dwaso na unim say Jackson co capsules eno de koko hu na away Nenus Ejane, Coco and Sabi every free to Sabi every free one but be a coco and every free piano, Messon, a Yaxin co capsule, and the betuas and sweaty the best answer coco, and I'm sorry I am team and sweating the brown numbia, and also betuas the Kudeku at Yama, and not Yaxin natural capsules. No, I am Mamma Quadru, now your Bema Nempo Until Mojimaye, else Etimon Pewa think as some article or your bar, which would be South Yaxin Abamestan and malaria, and South typhoid fever and po, and a part of Sabia Honamia. Na tetewa wuda be ma ano so beto se kudaku anam to atuma jamaa yaksi no pe be aton do bi akwa we so be ya kan fa doctor e was 0244723541 na no mo enso atuma kas odi for Samuel prayer and counseling center me say e ka ana down so I promise and fail. I disgrace and me patron guasie chronic disease and I tell na me patron mare na so the attention down no bi no ba beda na bibia anyama said an koye fama so say bia petroleum opportunity afa wade won sansam e bisi basa misraw odi for someone sebra na said the trona kas ade we na de ba intimate tages akwanche ne mpai bono wo bana so ba be mpai so odi for some prayer and counseling center na bibia eto kama ena no pai odi for someone so to tena say Shine Bobo no Obo Juma. We are no fresh number so see our 0246667117. None or D4 and sweat makasa. No be I come Alaska Star Enterprise. A bon quality, affordable, reliable and durable wallpapers and blind curtains. We bona catching sweat maba bejibi. Essence Alaska Agent Brani Pa. Na banana sofa covers, decorative watches and flowers. We bona ba bejibi. I'm to channel sweat more comment furniture more. Also HA branches to Kumase. Yawa Duma Yanem Nasa Prudential Plaza Edition wa your Mrs. Anote Plaza first floor and what and cry your secretary tole one ma and posa yane to do MTT office no and posa Ecobank edi ehwani mu a ye bo adwuma 0200281080 nan Alaska Star Enterprise so to akasa Kojak Pharmacy menka franchise say wo me the Kojak Charcoal toothpaste na ade aba e ma sa pa fita amananya hode mapa ye on kase ane ne keto ntu dia no sem Odoko no ko diamond to tiano and sweat makwe edema and nwati Kojak pro code no e odwaso me pato tina pa gaga I want to area bre and pose flew and tetewa me sa unya Kojak e pro code and so e betua so otimi edema afi o say me can trust on the Kojak P and po Kojak F sensitive toothpaste no and po Kojak P and Kojak F mouthwash and sweat timi daba obaka ko pe bi na sweat we so na bias eto kama mam Kumasino, your central market on a Kojak farmer ewo and what and cry or Kasi drug lane and a Kojak farmer Obo Juma 0244459597. Nan penny focus and it does all hair back in tea says a banana idea a twelve chat say 10 esan say all that Dr. Oshi Arabwao esan sabana glaucoma pressure and so adia bewa who adia so our chair who am so who kwa Ababwa ama sweatman will be clear and bias etma kwe diama a banana cataract and I see when in a swa, Mr. Corner on us 80 more, and then and no treaty on a cat, a ban stroke, hypertension, prostate enlargement, a ban typhoid, and a tetewa, infections out doing no. What one better money does all back like elder doctor also, what I'm sweating dano, Mom water crowd in your nurse and a port quarters are, Yabe Bishop Porter girls, and what he quad so. Kumase, Jonas Estate Park one ma, and then cry your Tabora, a large Wallako Johnson 0559901234. Now so then 24 and some etmakasana bibia I come at Edama Capo.
Well, Medas about your room now. You share question of the day, ne? Na question bay and na ye di and unkomo and a day na fi and fanto. So, Dr. Amuzu Adaruma, Dr. Amuzu, and a see Musa question now. Dr. Amuzu, Eddie, you met die and no, and I said, draw a friend Amuzu P. Eddie, but Amuzu P. No, boy, Jumaye pa, and my infections, who tear me now your bar, na infections say how I wouldn't be a bet me a buana finu my kama, every amount, and I feel a bearman so no atibia. And also a bet me a pointy infection a drono and the Dr. Amuzu ana dia ba Amuzu Pino ana me don some bentumu tobi na afenu ma ebe bo na ye question no centered on Italian Serie A nyame adom ochina na Milan derby no baso ni ebisesa which team will win the Milan derby derby na baso no wine ana found nyame adoma ochina Inter any AC Milan why ana osha obetimi awini sa game eno baso Serie A na mu oshipa na nyame adoma ochina minim se mu be match bi obi a ebepe time amonita game no nya nro na ebisa wo fia betimi de wadwencha ba live on Facebook and YouTube and X no so nyina na yedwumadie no eda so a yebusa se why ana nyame adoma ochina offer a win Elsa gaming about
Francisco GSA AC Milan, of course. I feel Kwame Isaac say about AC Milan all the way, but more update on Real Madrid and Chelsea and on Diaba Idrisu Sharif as Inter Milan and on also team Diaba the Fiamantain and on also Diaba Moses Mozart to AC Milan, Frances Akomia and some say on the Freeman Paul now AC Milan and a Bewini Vida Benin and so say AC Milan all the way. Gali Mohamed say AC Milan, Duke Bright as AC Milan, Gregory Eko Edama AC Milan team na fei Ahmed Darzi Eko Enson Etime Dama AC Milan Bobo Kuno Ezekiel say a draw game Omampani Talibo West Enson AC Milan all the way and also Etime Ediaba Amufa George Inter Milan straight and Amufa Enson Etime Ediaba fei Mutawakil Sule Bio Enso say AC Milan. I'm watching live from Accra and also Etime Ediaba and Anu Kusu Kojo Chrome was Inter all the way and I also Adiaba Nyame Nicolas say and also free Asamanka say Inter Milan all the way and Nyame Diaba Osimhen Jr. and some say Inter Milan will win the Milan derby and also Etimi Ediaba Fei a branch a fan Dove a junior as a Barcelona all the way Barcelona update up here Copamas Inter Milan and Diaba entry a year Bush Akosi Inter Milan Kevin Peters and some as a Ohune say a bear draw a fe Robert Ama as Inter Milan of a Broyal and so say AC and a Ewini Capo
and Kunsuko Chromo streams Nasi was say a Milan and a Ewini and a message no Henry Gabriel as a Inter and a kwesi Barcelona say AC Milan and they win Papa Wasco from Tadi Papa Wan Chawadrin down so Bismarck say good morning down so David Mensah say so sweet and no every about Pia say update on Barca Sikaba Sami as AC Milan a Ferry Prince as a Milan Ewini Eric Sam way a junior was a falla for AC Milan Golly Felix say a straight win for Milan and I feel Paul and Kama as a Hala Madrid and no day abba and them anope way a Camevo promise AC Milan couple I need your phone number okay Mate Elvis Jr. say Milan win and no aya Duadiaba Abdul Rashid say AC Milan and a Ewini and no aya Duadiaba Beneza Amo say Milan win cry sharp at the Momo and a Williams Kwajo Ache rule say Inter all the way and Wadiaba Kwaku Highness and some say Inter Milan and a Efarino and you don't say D Black say good morning greetings to my uncle Bim Ewo ne Nyamase and also at the way Abba Nyamase okay that's Nana K say Milan all the way and Wadiaba Nash Lamis as a Milan AC Milan and a Efa in a win that's Agnes Bortins update on Basi at the one seminal and so at the Beba Razak Abubakari as a over 1.5 next or no at the crowd or the any ought not to achieve home yen bet to a course and ye was super 8 you know quick one crano ye be sign day at to achieve day amamo openi
yeah
okay uprum me wa okay yawo any us near day but ye can ye 9 out I am from BW2 2B8 C1 EE and we are 9 outs no
okay
there was your BW2 2B8 C4 9C 8 outs no there was no a super 8 less risk tieni bao super 8 na yana is a no and the boss one man said be am try day at all where less risk BW2 2B8
2B8
C7
84 84.
Yes, we in the risk near very less. High risk near. We were highly spiritual.
Yes.
Super 8 high risk. BW2
BW2
2B8
2B8
C8
C8
FA. And we are highly spiritual.
Okay.
High risk, no. And super 8, anytime top scorer.
Anytime top scorer.
Yes. And he has to say match na yebe bono.
Anytime
goal scorer. Anytime goal scorer. Time bia obewuse go betime pie ne listed players no and so anu oshipa and we 73 os maza eze ne de kakra to achi BW2 2B8 CA F8 73 os anytime goal scorer.
Okay.
Elho eno nti ye kwa mono ne na ye nto aso mfemfre say wa wie bibia wa wie. Okay ye ne. Enkomra na bibia fine.
Ayo ko yo si ko sia chire woda.
O say dey tie no. Bibia be fine. Wo ye kwaba na ye de amono nsam na chara ke nkwa mono ne na fi. Ompa ye quick one na ye mfa foreign ento aso.
Angwa juma no you Yami wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Ensachre no you Yami wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi shra Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Uvika Naveshika Uvika Miyodika Tode Yasak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Capo. Capo chairman. Yes. Messages and hey, oh, chairman, yeah, dear pass, watch me assemble. I just quite be coming home, and papa, me.
Na guess it is okay how. Guess no. Me say, how many boys in this year? Me say guess it is say. Who to is possible? I am number one.
Chairman.
African and Fiambra Europe na fe yan fan top 5 leagues no hu sem no emfa Emrana Cup Champions League enra game ba kom na koso Al Hilal foi wo mo boy MC Olja egem no ba so ema Hilal ehemienu ema tima ye from MC Olja foi wo mo kanu emu bako eno eye game eno so na ba so latest ni nyina no ya de ba na enra chaos si e wo game na nya sameto mo wie game na ntokwa enra si mu e wo chisa Hilal match wo mo ensom na china fie boy na ha due pa enra Hilal for no wo mo wie match no number 7 JC boy awono ensom player edema Hilal team no wono ensom keke bottle straight to and the MC Olja wo mo bench wo ema ekofan tokwa bebre no ensom na the buy ma pinche esi o agropa ma no so we be se me bo we be se masa o dia wo ye eye enti player ni nie a chese onom atwa bottle ensom na the call MC Olja wo mo enso e bench wo ema chese o mo di gun so a chese wo dimirika kikiki nyase ne eye police escort and the player no ensom no pie yanka kwai enie wo na adwane wo dimirika masa wo nya bema ana wo dwane because wo ye bema gina we masa so wa na ojiri ze ne wo akodi ubone na afi dimirika tententia ena sametwa na nnuama si ye e wasanke menra baso masa African football ne de ensem penifo antu womani ensom ahwese nnuama si ko egu ene African football ensom ngani mase na enra e wo game na we course no wo de ene game no enra chaos no be brani abinie ana se we game na agropamai ana wo mate e de asisu achese emirika ye two bottles ani ade ensom na wo pitch na so ni nyina no e ade ensom na course e do nsem ni nyina efem banana USM Ultra wo mu coach Ultra's coach no ye fani Rolani Mukuana wano ayo coacha o coaching ene team no anu mu busa say wo ndianra esi awa agropama no so as manager saying ana abesi aka ade afa game no enuama enu esi ye enso woni say ye betie Rolani Mukuana kakra wano attitude after senu akaosa esi ye awa agropama no so kwa we ko lose match no na mo enuama esi ye de esewani ezesi aka manager Mukuana ade kakra atuda.
I'm just afraid to get sanctioned.
I'm not afraid to get sanctioned. This is not my concern, no. My concern is the performance of my team on the pitch during the 90 minutes, and that's my concern. And we were not good enough today in most moments of the game, and that's my concern. The other stuff is not for me.
Next question.
See how I responded to that situation.
I'm just afraid to get sanctioned.
I'm not afraid to get sanctioned. This is not my concern, no. My concern is the performance of my team on the pitch during the 90 minutes.
Or send your man some Kameno, I do the to the next game, name Mamelodi Sundowns, and a day Bunny approach Bay, and I walk about Sundown game, you would do a tough game, walk away, Aquaco Lusu, Nasa game no, approach Bay, and our day a Remo Rulani Mukuana, Erika Kratu approach our day, cause Sundowns gamer, and no bus to the next game at the money team no.
First now.
Follow up from this game. Next game is a game against Sundowns at home, a club that you know them so well. What will be the approach for this game?
We are too soon to tell, Mickey. First now is make sure the players recover. We get safely back to Algiers, and then we do proper diagnosis and analysis of this performance. And then after we see, we check who we have, what we have. We analyze the game tomorrow of our opponents, because they play tomorrow with Lupopo, and then we start planning. But of course, after the game, the immediate focus is good recovery, trying to get the players in the right headspace. But I know we have an honest team. We are honest, and we know that we can play better, and the next game gives us a good opportunity to do this.
Chate team no anwade kakra to the din 70p and some that there were 6 matches and our the CAF Champions League and Saturday and Basso Yebenya Mamelodi Sundowns womo Bo FC Saint Elo Lupopo womo game no Basso Young African womo NAS far and some that the Bani Ali team no womo Bo JS Kabili and no kakra fio the Banti Newton mutim no JS Kabili Go Stars womo no mo and boy say womo progress womu any algi and a dead bunny and kamukoya emiageze money algi and kene model bunny jazz kabili to me and yet to almost some model benuya matcha bus yes to need somo and a start malian and a dead bunny and also a matcha and no person after pyramids for no woman reverse united and so at the bunny RS Bekani for woman pine where power dynamos for no and woman them bunny what a CAF Champions League ya doing some model bench matches and no bus one some no and ya run a day Mamelodi Sundowns and the Saint and the Elio Lupopo and after Young Africans Romo and the ASFR Bo Ali and the JS Kabili yes Tunis Romo and the Stade Malian Bo Pyramid so Bo Reverse United RS Bekani Womo and the Power Dynamos no and some that they banning to a set of games no EBC Aqua and Saudi and the Pro League no Al Ittihad Womo and the Al Riyadh boy na Ittihad Fonishem you know Riyadh for no woman take no and some level back Benzema ato atena I was a game we mo Manchester nyasame to want to go from Karim Mustafa Benzema and you be and some Jama Saudi Pro League no ma and nyasame to Krana Karim Benzema they say we're reaching the 50th and a goal contributions I was Saudi Pro League no I had 34 goals 16 assists and only I had 56 appearances at the Al Ittihad I was in the Saudi woman and some league no ma doing some no the air bench Saudi League no ano SCA pa aye project Karim Mustafa Benzema ni goa eno adem ato na tini nyina no ani ade awon sam about Saudi and the league no Ronaldo as from and asameto adema Al Nassr bobo ko union ye after so call international breaker oko di red card adema Portugal eko visit him and Donald Trump White House no unia ababeru Saudi Arabia na enra trading eko so etem ama Al Nassr bobo ko no Ronaldo eni unia na ene warming up warming up the body for game against Al Khalaja yawesa kwa biaso za game no enu amansom ebe kamade ama ene the Portuguese and as a player I have found Ronaldo and after Al Nassr ebobo ko no Sergio Mane and some about training and with great energy what them abanya semeton say Mane and some after Senegal woman and some international and a break Bob Brazil and Kenya ni atini na no yes only and some ba enra with great energy and enra Sergio Mane and some that about training ya dem awon sama de enra good news adema Al Nassr bobo no and some Kingsley Coleman Kingsley and some ultimate training enra we group training every Emma Nassr bobo no that was a good news and some ultimate ba enro training ground so and Emma Nassr bobo no he said the golden and the boot race and a Saudi say na kwakoye he said Joe Felix 10 goals Ronaldo and some 8 goals at one some no at ever Joshua King 9 and they say between Ronaldo and after Joe Felix 1 million no wine and after golden boot unia and some rest I could buy or born home day and as I try to Ronaldo one is Joe Felix and you do some no and some at the Emma Nano Peo so not drop him a professor our no director our executive education our university campus and your football business no your friend Professor Rob na some na today na Rob Watson and our dekakra and they are to on Ronaldo na say Ronaldo kwa White House na anu yai one akasefo on say the Prince of Saudi ekoi e ma chasene akasefo long maximum we akasefo meeting and ko pie ye e wo ye kan say White House wo na unim say Ronaldo ko ye no and a professor we na dia tuda we director of any executive education our university campus of football business and we did tuma as a professor na do dia tuda nya say Ronaldo masa akwana eba bank na account further $100 million. Nina no endorsement Donald Trump ama Ronaldo was endorsement we masa ano ashepedu baby Donald Trump make his speech ene simpie so ado de two that say Ronaldo na mu ni amo he ni say me ba bema o per Ronaldo asem brutal agese ne on for Ronaldo and something from ana ene professor ade to that say statement Donald Trump dema Ronaldo no bra ewiase nyina agem atum ama say endorsement deals betimi aba adem ama Ronaldo no ya kind off the page deals sponsors ababa Ronaldo no and some other corner nim pa and what did to that say aba na say football brands on say Ronaldo and David Beckham and afa Messi num our leveler ya can say me sponsors Ronaldo wo and afa compared to Messi num and afa David Beckham wo mu nyina no ya beka so mu osro nemom de Donald Trump ayama Ronaldo no ebema Ronaldo anya a bigger brand achen David Beckham and afa Leo Messi abra and confirm abe contact Ronaldo na jo kan nyina say players ameka wo masami Leo Messi and afa David Beckham no obia di wa wanya political relevance ewo adwuma yimum say na adwuma mu yenya political leader and leadership no ewo asoro pa ye kan superpowers ewo wiasa mas America foi wo na dasro ewo wiasa economically bia wo na dasro na wanyo mu president amana endorse wa bra economically ama Ronaldo no super wakosoro pa political endorsement way anum ayese amachesene wono som na di tuda say Ronaldo no ebetimi press $100 million atem atuna council mu anum office sponsors ni ade ana wonu asom ebetimi anya no reporter efo no ade ba latest ni nyina no ya dem abenti professor ana do ababe to the Victor Osimhen and Victor Osimhen and afa the European MMA middleweight champion aye friend say Karim Ezejic onye na omumienu our face off masa MMA middleweight champion onye na nadam for pam na Victor Osimhen tenra wo ma ko say ema ode ne belt ema Victor Osimhen ato ne kwa ho ema chese onua ewu bet ne na ni age ema mu aye face off anom aye face off which means away just say agro and almost a joke side of the game no and you doing some at the Naro pay I was so and you dear for my table now when him say OGC Nisi Enra woman Olympic de Marseille a game no a basom our French Liganum na young ball Olympic de Marseille baso Enra woman say 5 Obama yan at Watna de Kai Mason Greenwood and some at Watna Mienu at the count Timothy Ria or Ponvia a Banum Meshe go and have a Passau and some not about Kukao and my Olympic Marseille, woman say 5 you know some what the best Obama young no were reaching 400 goal and a career goals is a Obama young is a baby oduno I have 400 and what drew I just doing some of the banas open players woman to watch now the play I watch a football one Obaka's Obama young and some much and now so and now some Mami Mason Greenwood Akodanum as a doomre movement and Newtonum and Afemiza Mama Ninko in the Greenwood and then the start our day ba says akudanija was on annual say what producing 11 goals plus and 4 assists this season and so sepa now also players are almost top 5 leagues woman more than 10 goals this season one and some like be we Alan Holland we Hurricane we Mbapa Mason Greenwood and some numbers ekasa at them amanipa na we ana debate naba e say open English players one ball one day our top 5 leagues in Hurricane I have 16 goals and assists I know I have 16 goal contribution I know some aye and I'm making Greenwood to know I have 13 goals and assists and some 92 top players one more top 5 leagues now only English players one more produce goals in Akodano and some like we and more I had just some that was real way other man for some a do timer as a manager Thomas Tuchel manager from England and national team or a boy ne start now for friend at about England national team and woman I dream England pandit no yantemun count as mo baso I want to my dear on some lady a man for a do time as a manager and some atuna ni friend at China fed yes biano what the atun chain or friend messing good nafe one of Esaba didn't to my England woman and national team I don't some no from Laba Mame Gigi Donnarumma nearing come PSG and ana or didn't to my over PSG I be boy at Juma Jamom Nebusa Bani Sam free PSG and some like a sign of feeling no and some let's say do baby now I am very disappointed I will PSG one ebo konum and all can be a do baby nani situation I am very well as I say yabamuada as yama na as a coach down as a coach anya down and don't can be and I'm on so ade na twin say and you baby no akoma bi na baby bajiwa yentina baby anya ni guase and don't can be and I'm unia and some let me acquire we doing something no at the boss always grateful at the Emma PSG or by Omotene Faso Emma Ultra Sim Bonabaso level our the PSG and some not do you now top here pa now do bet me can united no we are very disappointed our new man and also let's see at long lacks this year our Paris Saint-Germain and I would am ready to do something no at them never dropping me Uruguay one manager Marcelo Bielsa near Nkomo na manager Edia to Damaza Marcelo Bielsa yatiri dinya no maza enye kwa biasa die wadi game no enso achi ache enya sametua na onom anada so edine tuma ema Uruguay woman national team no na onom and was a man for so about Krawanyini. Oh, Anna Onya Jumano and some Nantuo and Connie at the annual say, one we are still a strong man to lead the team at the Eco World Cup and Amia Duma 2026, our Mexico, our Canada, and the US, no Marcelo Bielsa. Oh, what a great one in the form, no, and was say, there must a players in the case of Pena, woman can channel, Zambia Papa, is a Nini, and so much me about what bread, to a woman after be my Twasua, what and some the best in chain, and no, I am some of Bielsa, at them not to get it, I want something I know, and some not about reporter if you buy woman said, dear Banissa Luis Diaz, say, I'm some 3 matches now, and and some Ansaka omu game against PSG on tackle our day and some tackle a branchia Yafana Sheriff Hakimi no Maunia Eji red card or Sakema and some let me so near PSG no more expect and ka 1 match ban and can be a UEFA and some day Abama a branchia Fanny Luis Diaz no woman try tackle no anuashe sa rough tackle our dem Emma player no and no actually 3 matches na unia and some sabetimi aka na komodie woman expect them be a 1 match ban ebeko dem Ama Luis Diaz and on some no avebe na Bayern Munchen woman game no eba so enti enya sameto akra our the Alliance Arena woman fried ball game no and no eba so about 3:30 and asa match and so betimi aba so na mete and it's a training and we no ekosom our sanaba sponsor nina trase Jamal Musiala and Alfonso Davis and Sergio Abreu and Katim no ome outa woman chimo and afa Freiburg team no on some I wanna Ghana nia your friend Daniel Kofi Edini Juma and Tinania se Kofi and so betimi abo ade ama wo mo nsa bo pra dada I say no and so no betimi abanko tinamu pan e Kenya semetwa kwa Bayern training no e say and a sequence say ne ate sama no ya e betimi adam lama e be boache Diot Opamecano e be bo Jonathan Tar be bo Stanley Setababo Joshua Kemik no o Fifi Hurricane Anafel Young Koreska Michael Olise no Jackson no Anafe wo mo enso betimi General Luis Diaz wo nyina no e betimi ati wo mo Juma de e tia Freiburg abro mo game no and some Basurim say Freiburg team no in the last 25 away games wo ma come our the Alliance Arena wo mo nya win wo ma lose 22 and wo ma draw 3 and in game no o Kofi Kesiama no ahwe last 25 and the games wo mo and some our way our Alliance Arena wo mo ntimi kofa win and some there why don't some nyina no adeba ban for no at least wo mo last 18 games wo ma bono wo ma produce at least 2 goals our the last 18 games wo ma bo internet possibilities goals ni mienu ebetimi apie mienu elcom ebetimi apie ade afi game we and some highly ya de I want some adema and I don't pay our son so na mami Jack Paul one Anthony Joshua woman talk on the on say fancy update anymore and some about face off the yan wo mo ye na onye Jack Paul ye na Jack the man for say baby a debt no crash and emia bronya akwai embeso obedi bi Anthony Joshua said he was here meaning tokoya unia and some nine agents so bejeje Anthony Joshua anu asepa na Jack Paul and one wadi two das no na Tommy Fury and afi Ryan Garcia woman na ope womo ofre womo obia suro obia mpasam no baba and afi finally Anthony Joshua ajatum se ne one no anso betimi akon yentie Jack Paul after say we qualify no call it short adam ankofo bebra obi asuro obi ampeso beba aho anama we na twesen ye Anthony obako Anthony Ejenusientie Jake Paul Kaka
always in the plans Joshua was always in the plans after Gervonta, and we just started talking to a bunch of different camps. Tommy Fury was scared per usual, wanted more time. Ryan Garcia was scared. Terrence Crawford said yes, but wanted to do it later next year. I was like, let's get a fight in right now. Anthony Joshua said yes. He was ready in December. Let's run it. Joshua was always in the plans after Gervonta, and we just started talking to a bunch of different...
Some afraid Jake Paul, Jake, as obey ready, and some our December, and I want some no. Mami Anthony Joshua say, Oguso, na on the great team, and they train the great team, any team there, or see we sack team no, and no train ahead of the bouter, Basu Jake Paul, Jnaye.
Usyk. So I've been in Spain. We've been doing some good training out in Spain, and I think he's one of the best in the world. Not I think, he is one of the best in the world, and it's not all down to him, it's also down to his team that's around him. So I linked up with them, and getting an insight to how someone who's achieved so much has been phenomenal, man. It's been a great experience, and it's very challenging. No, I don't spar with Usyk. Usyk's he's training somewhere else at the minute, but he's been in camp, but he's in and out of camp.
Okay.
So right now he's training somewhere else.
Jake, what do you make of these changes? This is some breaking news.
It's great.
And so Babason Common Cost no Mame on Jude Bellana, almost said Jude no what is a criticism to pray. A man for criticizing a boxer, or that's some audiano different from football. No moment only say and was say on dear or can semi pray as a crown on in bonnet ball, moment as some moment time. Na in some more can be brewa, a bit me our boy no Yentium and Anthony Joshua on Jude and some man for can England, especially England for no and Como Mudi FA crown.
That's what we don't need to focus on. He is probably just tunnel vision, which most people can never understand what it takes to be in Jude Bellingham's position. Jude Bellingham is under immense pressure every day of his life. So it might just be one of those days. It could be one of those years. But let him do what he does on the pitch, and that's what we need to focus on. The main thing for him to focus on is getting on that pitch and representing this country and doing a good job. It doesn't matter what you say. That's what we don't need to focus on. He is probably
and Yankoma and also Cosway and Simply Banchi and then Commano and some Anonas or resident University and Oka and Simply and some other found and the Premiership no and a mobile ship Manchester bar and big matches and some after international break no Chelsea and Anopeya woman Burnley a match them a kickoff Basel Liverpool woman Nottingham Forest for and so Boss City in Newcastle Arsenal woman and a Tottenham and some the game on Sunday and also Basel and Benya Manchester in the United woman Everton on Monday no and also Everton Basel after international break no you enjoy this matches of Premier League no you doing some about pre-season no bo in the pre-season no na Utimusam among for and so predicted in the info and ebe in the Premiership no na always said new man some let's see out for year in the survey be and some not the banner pre-season no cost no more team and some be buy na answer pre-season no omo update all sitting na no omo and some bookmakers no more chance Liverpool ebe in the Premier League no and no 28.9% and no annual team Liverpool Arsenal na 18.8% Chelsea 16.2 and after City 14.4% SM omo ebe winning league it's a league no be abodu no Arsenal Man City, Chelsea, and Sunderland. Now, some of the preseason, and some AJJ and the season, obey and the mistakes, team be a both preseason, and team and Yamaya, also Anjaya, obey mistake, and on a tear for my table. West Ham United, West Ham team, no, Womagu, some boy to Manani, and say, Federico Chiesa, our January transfer, almost say, Momo has a Liverpool, and so Ebeja player, no, of the Amomunafe, Yaman, some Kama. I say, almost a permanent deal, and Liverpool, I was some almost a bit for the player. I know I can from my Tebanes and Federico Chiesa, then some on your day air tutor, and some at the Amanano Peninano, you're doing some at the Manano Peo Sono so. Namame Mark and a gay near Ninkomo, na reporter, Ebanese, my game so reporter, mean some there can say, Yase Van Dyke, already said in New Mexico next season, and I said next season, no, not Van Dyke in age, and I do 35 and to almost say, woman says a mark, no, said in a more Crystal Palace, a boy and some let's see ball in the game in the idea. Woman did say, Oberry Place and Van Dyke, Ababuapa, Aman some like Kamanin, Ibrahima Konate, and some uncertain. I war, you can't say team because in the already said in the and Yama and some let's see Quambia, woman Timmy and guarantee, I say Ibrahima Konate, and some Omena next season, Amanati the Juma, and Chiuria, Yase clubs outdoor, and some Remu artists and Yasameto Liverpool and LED Man City 4 and some the Remo Remaded 40 woman and some the candidate and after Bayern Munich the boss a woman know I so much interest so I could tell you them the some know at them Lebanon himself Liverpool woman team no Enra woman wrap up all training na Enra Alexander Kanomene Paisi woman Ejumedia woman D our training grounds be and your project them at Yamani know ahead of the game Airbus Liverpool and you have send your man Fate Ama Anaslot and after the Boise or Jumedia and also my Basona Anaslota where manager and fancy Di Maria at an ensemble at to drum and so the mouth. Not 2 minutes almost as a center back be January over some me assign a chair or B. I'm an abbot to my Chirano so a Chirodi or 3 center backs or Mudi, Womu Ejumam aside that Crano, Ravenbeck or Anaf Endonum, Womu Air Boy to Momin and a bet me a Jumane Kama. Not your Kenyan is a topica obesem or discuss and answer asema obesa or discuss for now and center back our no anso beto at the ama Liverpool no the last thing I want it to our person ya obey manager I have an slot on player our beto a chiro January obeto and onto
about signings in the winter break. I think there are so many games to be played before that, and in the position we are in, it's the last thing that's on my mind. Maybe not on Richard's, but it's the last thing on my mind. So it's not a topic at all for me at the moment. We have at this moment of time 3 centre backs where. With Joe Gomez included, of course, and maybe Ryan and Wata who can play in that position. So maybe you are not aware of it yet, but we have other positions at the moment where which is a bit more of an issue. Talking about signings in the winter break, I think there are so many games to be played before that.
Sadio Mane, and so Sadio interview week way I would say Yenjumade o Mane Tenjumade de Bia ya de ebi and so by Abobe fancy the update in the break and so Fario Ferdinand one in interview and Sadio Mane and so way Nikari and starting no our Salzburg manager I fan Ralph Rangnick manager one in the Juma abane tactically a manager no and so open players no Sadio Mama demo konka na coaches shape players wo mo shape o mo pa na o se manager no Ralph Rangnick no o shape no movement e was Salzburg o boadwuma pa e boa no o bo manager na ba so yentie Sadio Mane.
It's because Trent and Mo know each other also. It's not overlapping all the time like me and Robo, but him it was more passing and everything more moving he knows.
Did you work on that or is it just natural?
I think it's just natural. If we play against one winger, which is really tough for him.
Salzburg, how important is Ralph Rangnick? Because tactically he came across to me as very, very, very good.
Nowadays it's changing because African football is getting better and better. What we're doing in Metz is the same things they're doing in Senegal. So when you leave Senegal, you go straight to first team. Which is really good now. In my case, my time was not the case. We have coach which his name is Roger Schmidt. I had talent. He said, you have talent, you have power, you quick, but tactically I struggle a lot. I struggle a lot. So what can we do, Ralph? What can we do? Because he have something special. So we have to make sure he knows what we need or what the team need, because he can help more the team. And that was really important for me, also for my career.
Well, any come across Ferdinand also about my interviews no and they didn't be a man Sadio Mane and come on no now and Robertson so and what say or any time our Liverpool players are almost form the best partnership and from our team no about the left side one a Robertson and no a dene what them to and somebody played about Chelsea and come no a early kick off about 12:30 and I pass on that team no over Chelsea as me like more like me our early kick off. Yes, the last in the 7 games are Oma Bo and some 12:30 and I said 11:30. Womo and some we need the last 7 games are Oma Bo and we early kick off our Premiership no and good news at the match house in them a game against Burnley and some na pass Womo and a ball in the first game of Premier League no and some and then TRS we know about was on after Chelsea and some let me win na after New Kama and some Maresca at the 2 January tremu can say me Cole Palmer what kind Edison so Yabasa so of Amasa Cole Palmer ebe mixing game and no Basso against Barcelona against Arsenal and then just have me for the ball and say Chelsea Chelsea against Barcelona no Cole Palmer and no I diamond focus so much you know and Kebe Cole Palmer and Lamine Jamal na mazanga we party adiam anobe pa yebeti coach no na ebe ha Chelsea for pa Barca no Cole Palmer yentie no
is probably not available for tomorrow for sure, Barcelona for sure, Arsenal for sure. Unfortunately, he had an accident at home 2 days ago, and he also his toe. It's nothing important, but for sure he's not back next week.
we're looking at what, a week and a half more?
We don't know. The only thing we know that is not available
broken?
is fracture. Yeah. The only thing we know is that is not available for this week, next week. It was very close. He was back with us almost with the groin, and it's very good news. And then again, he had this small problem, and hopefully it's nothing important. Is probably not available for
Opama and some to Jade Ama and I was shown so I want some P and the Chelsea for no my boot no of Amako Pama customize boot on Sani Tonum Anna Onyasa fracture no and some fear enti omo aye boot at him Amano said a bear boot no no and so enti and adeosha boot no be comfortable na fenu man some aye kamencha no aye dear front my table my customize boot no kama of Amako Pama boot no and a dasolum and the day some and so at the Man U team near back Manchester United yani come our Manchester United players no and some report and training across come as the Manchester United's Premier League table same and City Arsenal our 26 points Man City our 22 Chelsea our 20 Sunderland our 19 Tottenham our 18 Aston Villa our 18 and after Manchester United and some our 18 points almost 7 and Liverpool at that 8 almost 18 points na table no ana coach afade say mame Ruben Amorim table no I am very tight they say table na no say table no say table no ensam no de matatu ono enya de relevant enso atemo no manager no wo mu gusom a wo mu aye o madwuma wo mu guso abo no mo bo mo de ne say match bia o me say o madwo mo 3 points na o makọ manim yentie manager no on Premier League table yentie kakra Amorim.
In our league it doesn't matter the table, it doesn't matter. Everything is so tight that is irrelevant. And if you know the history of our team, you never know where is the difficult game. So that is completely irrelevant in Premier League. It doesn't matter. In our league, it doesn't matter. The table, it doesn't matter. Everything is so tight that is irrelevant. And if you know
coach in the table no it doesn't matter Ruben Amorim down now yeah it doesn't matter man you for the show was some abese and you Manchester coach no now on Benjamin Sesko so update to say or to fear how many weeks and also provide the update on the play and Benjamin Sesko yentie coach IFN Ruben Amorim
a few weeks out. I don't know how long, but it's not that serious. We have to be careful with him. He's going to recover. He's doing the recovery. He's feeling better. So in a few weeks, I expect to have Ben.
England and some number top leagues in India players in African players in Baba na Man U monso more players in the awon beba amadnum na fe mbemo nom say na usim ehuno anwase duha domo beya and say players in the free academy beba ebema in the academy players in so e be feel important e team no because e be free ma wo mo dibi and some ababe shemo discuss players wo mo and so African players awon bo Man U awon be call AFCON tournament.
I expect to have Ben back.
Have you been told yet when those 3 players will go to?
No, we have the rules when we have to release the players. We will see. We are doing our job to try to maintain the players a little bit longer, but it's not just in our hands. We need to respect that, but we will try to do everything to protect the club, protect the player, and protect the national team.
Sorry, when is it that they're supposed to?
I think it's 2 weeks before the start. So we'll try to arrange something with the federations, but we need to respect their wills in this case.
Alan?
you concerned then for that Wolves game that you won't have
and some the bidding come after 2 weeks before tournament, you know, woman release players after AFCON competition. And Basso Man City, Ball and Newcastle United, and so a big Basso. Now Pep Guardiola, Eden Sembedra to on a press conference, and some as a Pep Guardiola said, Edubia Omutia Sika, Omutia penalty. Now penalties Ben and Omutia say a dub time now your ball game out to first half no year, first half now year call in the second half for Timno City at a delay, and also no delay a final. And a Pep Guardiola, area to the on one test we are say, as a Omo and characters, Omo and a born, Omo ball, and Team Gomu Dilanka and Kahadri, and Wobus as a musicians, I will more answer Tuomuka, Woman dear Tuomuka, and so as a Ombabo concert, I'm a Yamfili, Eduba B, Ubetima Taya, no musician, Emma State, Obakako Fat Top musician B, and so as Ombabo concert, I'm a Beduano, a Babo and a 2 best of 3 a.m. No musician in my. I don't know, I am fine homo. No more about football goa. Now quite different. Yentie Pep on sa comparison. I don't know why.
We train later.
Okay.
And if I try at 12, at 1:30, I could not be here in time, right? And at 2, the Premier League don't allow me.
Oh, right. Is that a rule that
apparently. They said, the club said to me, Mana said to me, if I don't at 2, they will fine me. Or find the club. Like we pay a lot of money because I'm late in the halftime because you have to be in the right time for the timing. But after when they play the final of the Champions League or the other one, they make a show before the game and always late.
Yeah.
They have to find the singers. But the thing is not the case. So that's why I decided to figure 9. And like see the press conference is longer than usual, so you had breakfast already, right? So you don't have to take a coffee.
How many times have you been fined?
A lot.
Really?
A lot.
And when would you like to speak to us if you
I have to speak with my players. Sometimes I have doubts. Arrive 1 minute later, but the rules are the rules.
Arsenal, team no Mami Kudus Mohamed Kudus I interview and some the manager Thomas Frank and some relationship manager Kudus manager no same and we see a treat you no say and a pleasure as some on a manager no and some Jumana and some pray and a Kudus and some the Katitu no a manager said we see Dini Juma Yentie Kudus on the manager.
Definitely I see myself developing in. And yeah, he demands a lot as well from me, everyone on the pitch. From how we play, you can see how we pray. We press a lot. Also offensively and defensively, as an offensive player, there's a lot you need to do more of the ball as well if you want to play. So yeah, still learning and still trying to adapt to the style of play, me and the whole team, because we all just started this season together, so we're just trying to help each other and help grow and understand each other even better. But yeah, it's been a pleasure working with him already, and I look forward to more times with him and then achieving a lot with him also.
Amazing.
Firstly, he's playing me in the position definitely I see myself developing in.
Kudus Mohamed latest and what them to the tactics a manager no ball and what they I want some p at them to the mame and ye dim come Mark Overmars and come be a PA and some our Netherlands ye nim come kakra Mark Overmars na Juma as a technical director our Ayas na book be ababonte na book no sembe pray and so and the wom okay book be a what the Trevor Nelson the book no the book be so p ewo Netherlands na book na pianum Ayas womo and so I'll release book being aba na during and the Mark Overmars in the time ewo and Ayas as a technical director and some brave by yasim na osende pornographic movies and some adema ema omuya juma ewo Ayas o ma embia omo prapra o ma omuya juma kanti and the account yaso what your number oh one no assign them and the pornographic and the movie and as a video no and some ate ama na onu di won koma se enkebeya unu star ya ababa we ye efepa obetimi aye star ni bi nam atro adiamant so interest ɛne bataza na ɔkɔ n'anim a na wonim sɛ yɛse nsɛm no bebree na pie ama ɔmo sɛm ne makovamas yi wɔno anana ɔmo de power ama no power ɔmo de ma ne sɛ ɛma no ɔmo yɛ adwuma hɔ no wɔno ana high ɔmo ɔno na ɛfa wɔmo adwuma enti ɔno na timi ɛsake wɔmo enti sɛ ɔfrɛw na sɛ ɔsɛne wei ma na ɔyɛ yi a ɛna ɛno asake wo na ɔkɔ enti ɛno ana ɔmo gyidi sɛ wɔde adi ɛma bebree ɛnsom ɛwɔ ayasoɔ a wɔmo ayɛ book na wɔmo de nsɛm no ɛnsom aba wɔmo yɛ sɛ saa nsɛm yɛ aba deɛ ɛsɛ ɔmo hwehwɛm na afei makovamas ɛnhwɛm a ɔnsom ayɛ no bataza a wɔno ɛwɔ Netherlands ɛnie yɛni nkɔmmɔ afei ɛntoa so na mami Javier Tabas Barcelona wɔmo ayɛ report adema La Liga mpanimfoɔ ama akyɛ sɛ ne president yi wɔmo sɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ sɛ ɔsɔ ɔtoa no adwuma so ne nyina ne sɛ ɔrelease Barcelona Omo ensom document afei Emma Athletic Club Bilbao Abrana Barcelona Penico Williams ensom atono no on say Bilbao for requested document afei La Liga empany for omo hwe Barcelona omo financial statement and asem omo financial state omo metimi ato player no omo tona omo metimi register player na yesem etiamra esawde obi financial statement and so asem abo memo obi without consent and to report abanisem and La Liga empany for say yɛtene sɛ kɔyi anhwɛ yɛ ne ho bɛkyɛ wɔn bɛ suspend no anaasɛ wɔn bɛ dismiss no nso wɔn de free ɛna ne dwumadi a wɔdi as a president no ɛno report ɛba saa asɛm wɔ baeɛ no yɛsɛ Real Madrid supporters no nso di akyire wɔn sɛ yɛn saake no because president no ɛyɛ agye sɛ na dwumadi a ɔdi nso wɔn fam ɛno ɛyɛ report free ɔde ba na nsɛm wɔ ba Laporta ɛyɛ Barcelona wɔn president wɔsi this moment saa a possible disqualification a yɛbɛtumi akɔ diama Javier Tebas no and good news and I'm na someone am propose here Barcelona mo na mo ka say empanifo hwehwem na fe abona wie na say NBA ye betimi ayina free wa wo say enye good news anom ayensama and Laporta and the to the man for say politics and Laporta enso play said the open in saka wie ntene or play and chasanu ama ba ku mienu bi enso awachire eno aye de free wa ya dem and 70p adema na Barcelona omo very omo ba Spotify and they come new omo ba temple na and omo be worship our temple and obe worship and team and praises and worship no and some ababa so temple Spotify come new omo fe and the stadium here pa na Laporta dia to that say na ni age say Umaba, yes, I don't know Saraka project, Adam Amanes, I know best, Omene Pepao, and some like him in Laporta. And the Atuda say back to Spotify come new no feeling a very historic, not worker, and some like say, Omo Pompes and Yami Atoma, Ometimi, I obtain AC licenses no by the end of December. Na fem and your man sweat may come at the end of the year no o benyo mo final licenses and way 1C license no woman sabeka 1C no na fe woman and some let me to woman fully our Spotify company at the and 70p no and some let be able to say ne one na be honorary kickoff e ha because first timer moba abeba La Liga game e ha obey honorary kickoff e ha was it there be obama a veteran and then why kickoff na no and the president no na be kick off a veteran and a social ebi baba na ono ensom abey kick off no eya dotem atudade nsabre pedeba mame Dani Olmo akoda we ba Barcelona the first game our stadium bia wa se goal and then ya resa Spotify come new ni goal no ensom baba the first goal e ba na se ni game no e wo Mondrick the first match was a goal ensom no one game e wo Johan Cruyff the first game was a goal and after ya the first match ensom e wo and the Spotify come new Dani Olmo and for my debate some pino and some debate bossa mate say and one goals ya betem and ama coach no and after Juice Kunde and so boku basi bebo Eric Garcia and Alejandro Balde bebo Marcasado and some Nobejemo Dani Olmo and after Femen Numejo Lami Jama Lewandowski and Ferran Torres womo aba start him in the game no adama team Barca and chano a good news at my Barcelona I dem and 70 relationship between Messi and Laporta off is said here Sam asumdwe anywhere Laporta and Leo Messi no asem kono mu a on fanche Messi Musero mu Messi ntan fansa mu nchesa reporter nobody say Messi gina baby ogina ekwan a Laporta Leo Messi efa no still yasim as a Messi ama relationship no and that say a good between Messi and some and Laporta no a reporter if you no matter and 70 pedema and then I pay La Liga and paying for integrity officers Real Madrid a camp na omo ensom ewo an annual awareness campaign a omo ye eno eye betting warning and omo dema clubs no players no enti ene omo ko Madrid o ema omo the players need in come say oye player omo say kai omo ese uni right ese ultra bet enti omo enso catch players no ese prohibit ese bia your player na ukotwa ne bet ha dwen enti omo ko ye bet enchechre ese am de my players say they betting ese football betting ese game no eno ye kakre fronti La Liga integrity officers no eno omo ko Real Madrid ko ye sa ene agen so de my players they say the bet players no ebetwe omo e de free bet mu ye player na ultra better ye chewa wasom abesi eno ye de front mateba Vinicius Junior Vini report I'm going to say Vini no ever so stay our Madrid say news no and some match say Vini ever stay na fe what was because do be na Vinicius Junior and so enuama nkoye one manager Xabi Alonso enuama and some nya kama report about so one entourage and afa ni team no omadi atum say ne say omoto so no omodi tumade no afa ama Real Madrid and reporter if you adebanti Vini and in entourage no stay no mato so abo tumade ama Real Madrid boboko na reporter from Matebate and somebody play demo. Namia Dumo money out Germany Achna and Madrid Airport David Alaba Enra or trainee and so Kama. Our father Bebas good news at Madrid and some now our brother and David Alaba and so Chima training at 70p and some Ladeba place in the Braba Fadi Vavazi and some lawyer training Rakama Ama Mbappe and some lawyer good trainer Yate and 70p no and some at the airbank to I said and Yama and some let's see quiet and 70 no at the airbar Manchester and airbar so our Premier League no Burnley and Chelsea at 12:30, Bournemouth and West Ham United at 3, Brighton and Brentford at 3, Fulham, Women in Sunderland at 3 p.m, Liverpool and Nottingham Germany at 3, and after Wolves Simno, Women in Crystal Palace at 3, and the Newcastle United, Women about 5:30 against Man City. Yatem Awon Samadeba La Liga, Spanish Promeral, Deportivo Alaves, Womo and the Celta Vigo game no, and some Basso and Netantia, and after Barca and a Bilbao 3:15. And woman airball Sasuna, woman in races are dead at a bunny, and after Vieira, woman and a Mayoka, and some like game Babaso, when you do Italian Serie A, Cagliari Calcio, woman in Genoa, airball 2 p.m. and after Denisi, woman in Bologna, airball Fiorentina, or a stadium at Timmy Franchi, woman in Juve, air 5 p.m. Samachino, Ababaso, and after Napoli, woman ball Atlanta, and also 7:45, and no airbasso German Bundesliga, and the RSM and the matches in the Basso, Ubenya Hamburger. And a team in front of Bayern Munchen. Woman in Freiburg game near 2:30. Dortmund and Stuttgart air 2:30. And air passo I want some Pino at them Labanafe. Our French Liga no PSG. Woman nearly half. A game on 8-5. I know air passo Rene and in Monaco. And some ball and after lines for match. No woman in Strasbourg. And so ever ball I war and they can say French Liga no more. Yatem I want some at the bank to Manchester. And no air passo and air doing some no of the Bayern fancy. And after therefore, Emrana from Metua. So I Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV, weekend edition of Wontumi Sports. No dia banana kwadwo say update on bus e don say me bria banana kwadwo ya unsa kasefo gina so Isaac and commonom munyina mo monitor ye ndwumedi ne anope dendede anya semeto Francis Opoku was it please post the calls on TV ye don say meto so say amount the super 8 no cra amount high risk ne anytime goal scorer ne adi 19 Sharak besa project na odi atoso e dia me da fatness ye be call na fe Newton Peter Latte the only video analyst in the game atnasi no je no ayedin papa manfo dinachi denden de anya asegbeto agra ofia and feelers na ohana no shipa mizanso atnasi mpenifo mmakwa ba mpenifo se bibia bokode
kapo mpenifo no di age na ka ana de na ka because e company dia bibia bi Sir, media seka o ye because o friend panimu sa wa ye fe because met me actually name bia so
Manchester. Me pe problem ya.
Eneme million.
Never mean that.
Met me actually name bia.
Manchester. So, Jina baby ojina na. Me passing bia.
Onyina we ojina.
Onyina wa me pay issue bia. O baby o na ye me okay.
To panimu dia em say o chairman.
Me okay. Miza hoye.
Ya me adumbo Capo na zo.
Me adumbo Capo.
And Saturday.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Ya bano.
Oze.
Yes, so ya me pa.
Ya ba ya ma akwa ba mo bia kwa.
Ye nim se ende ye Saturday.
Oh, ye nyina enim.
Enti o be ka se ende ye Saturday no. And ye find information we find day. It is the most useless information you can pass this morning. Ende ye Saturday. Debi o meba. Capo, o sorry anopa, o fa o phone dress ba no. Onim send e da be.
Saturday.
Obi o wa he bia nim send e Saturday. Obi o hwe ye ni obi o tie bia nim send e Saturday to o fa microphone aga say ende ye Saturday.
Oh, sir.
What are you trying to communicate?
Why is a teacher ni a class where they have a date?
Onye teacher ni.
Oh, there be some me
onye teacher ni.
Just reminder.
One when yasem. In fact you who ye mani insiso.
Okay.
Now who am already who.
Okay.
Onye teacher ni. Because and there was this on microphone him and Saturday no finish.
We will talk as a married day.
Na bi musa de kontia.
No issue biana.
Mahani di
issue go.
Mamene ntesuro.
Okay.
Mamene.
Na o mele ka ba piegu a.
O dabi. Ene menye madwe se ne metata obi a na se ne o dabi.
Okay.
And obi obeka me bia.
Ene ma show so. Ene ma show so.
Saidi. Niti wakoye se.
What was that?
Ko fo mi no kunto kwa na ba ko yobi niti pata se dabi mane mu anu aseko. Sara niti ye.
O go to say o da hodira.
Onyenyenye.
Utia no da hodin utia. Wa mene bibi ade kro. The enema shape meze so ando pa ni dos no ko meta miki.
Oh yeah.
Enema shape no so dos.
Na obai. And there Saturday.
My ya nwamo. Mezaya package on the buy no. Me say de come yefo. Let me say Messiah, my young woman, and they come here for Messiah.
You are the band, no.
2 packs, as soon as a soon and cheaper for Messiah. So lives a teacher.
I'll bet you be crazy.
Yanko,
and a bonnet up there. There you and a bonnet part of the
young calls a basketball.
Oh, me, you man.
Oh, no more run. I'm so
in run and the Quebec.
Much you chat or much you chat. I'm not church after salad.
Is that the top man who Masa?
I know it's me coffee. You should know it for now, homie. I'll be shocked. So we try to drive a coffee fast.
With that, that's
Yanko fast.
Yanko.
If you are game and it's a say should be more. Other stories are why you off the field. Porter try say we play some tricks. We will look at that. But me interest in games in a measure enche. Burnley are host to Chelsea no a tricky game. This day our games be bra a tricky. Now a tricky in the sense that Burnley will check it baby or da. Performances. Baby a Chelsea person could drew. Pressure kakra war Enzo Maresca so. At this point, Chelsea push it towards the top 4. In visiting Burnley, the man game here tricky they say. Burnley ain't me attack Chelsea with Fugia. A kwan bia so bako be surrender e dia mabako bako na be surrender no in terms of the team no structure onye na dwen se obiem asset a team o be attack Chelsea at a whole but obi defend papa na Burnley try say obi attack Chelsea with the kind of trigger to press whenever Chelsea be lose ball no in attacking transitions no that moment no the be done attack e dia ma Burnley nemo Burnley from deep defense and try say or shake game no 1-2-3 at their court Chelsea so they rely so much on the direct balls set pieces 50 second balls a bit drop just after Chelsea 18 box no and na Burnley be try say or be taking up some chances but any game one if indeed Maresca I and say pressure back so in switching between Europe
and a domestic affairs no sa pressure no why not you say obed dream no and also be doing dia against Burnley shouldn't be a game I said calling for a lot of attention and a kill off game. One, Burnley ain't defending too much. I'm more sitting in deep. I'm more retreating into blocks and matches in committee all numbers. Say your come so all load out. I feel say any game I bet I say oh Chelsea kwako Burnley national form per teams are but with experience be a more ranks in on be fighting but any fighter a bit me the 3 points a manaka or more a ground so Chelsea win this game but a tricky game I say Maresca very careful. Liverpool Boatia Forest as managers at this point are more pretty at 1.33 points per game. Sean Dyke, a typical traditional manager who understands the English game. Forest na muno. Check game on the last 3 seasons, 2 seasons. It has always been the kick and run. Identity no any horse on team back to form short passing sequences. Ever circle opponent and half. They've always been revolving their game around a direct approach. And I feel say coming up against an opponent like Liverpool, the tricky nature of my discussions, may used to be so I say. Nottingham Forest, in this discussion, and I feel say and a slot word maybe obeya. We've always been speaking about balance in the final third. Balance and then say, oh body I'm gonna more sell and need the real tormenting former. You who so to me at the anti defenders, but get the best out of other members of the final third. Capo, ubenya the best out of them. It has to be a functioning department. Or 4-3-3 now, but converting to say 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-4, whatever reshape it has to be a shape where the best out of everybody on the field. Now, Shababi and slot say, I can say a couple or the 8th or pretty on 18 points. 18 points. At this point of the season, Obiaba can say, lazy job the manager. But understandably, in the second season, how our first season acquire now Obiaba to say, I want to know a the second season in recruitment, in trying to fix out the balances of the team. No, pressure the Abanaso. Couple, they are very, very bad for honest lot and say no, o check goals our consider almost 17 goals and wash 18. With just a goal plus of 1. Until Liverpool average now with that's it. Or Shabakwa or consider Bako or no Biako Bison Neneka. That's not the culture of Liverpool. Liverpool, a team Bakwa, a goes to the Dawson, not their gather the points. But they get to say a power trip performance from Anislot, said you win. And you saw any cry, and it doesn't embody a team of G League in the last time out. Yes, realistically, look at how analyzing Yamadiama catch on the second season. We foresaw say na pressure be so, but Liverpool fans na jet to me say pressure no or more accommodating. So I feel say Nottingham Forest will be a tricky opponent, but Anislot should come all out, get the best team on the field, and have the 3 points maintained. A Banasana and route to the top 4 no be a much easier. Imagine dropping points against Nottingham Forest. Na get so it mukonya go CB. O shano mashe at the end of the day no more draw. I mean, the pressure will be more intensified, but I'll be going for all 3 points for Liverpool. Man City in Newcastle game, no a tricky game, Capo. The last game, or 3 points in Liverpool. Okay, or 3 goals. Now 3 goals, it was a very much attack, a full attacking. I know they call that game. One show any sense of fear. Say only Liverpool and that, but defender. Even he went with a lone anchor in Nicolas Gonzalez. Ononkwa and a ball they can say inside forwards to Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden at the can ho omumi enu nyina no whenever they stay in the interiors omoba box no ba late and omoba from the blind side and no dangerous no because in the final third we are talking about Ryan Shaki and then Doku. Every single moment whenever Doku gets the ball at his feet couple face 1-on-1 say we dangerous player. Okreti goal scoring and naturally if you understand how wingers operate in the box, especially so yeah, no goal scoring in common but even with that I can tell you say Doku were improving in goal scoring and who else is in the final third leading the line for Manchester City. We are talking about the most informed striker currently in the game. European World Cup qualifiers, 16 goals now. Yeah, you say, oh, you can 8 more than even Hurricane, 8 more than we can. But coming the EPL, that check goals or the lead as a top scorer. 14 goals on the check it or that second. He's been brilliant. A natural definition of a centre forward, a shower from shower through. And then Obe had Newcastle defense without Dan Ben. I won't know. Alabesi from power. But don't forget, Wontumi for Germany during the break, and also in a real former. Now, also I had a couple of goal contributions for Germany. And even if you can't say Newcastle between a game, a goal or 2 against Man City, Capo, and concluding the Man City, a pick all 3 points. So Pep and to me. Pick up 3 points we are. Now the international break or say right now breaking the transfer market and also a fair Man City season the best start. One pick up 3 points. Not start by 1-7 worker, but it's a set. You the sheet. Wontumi to score at any time. Highly possible. Nyakupo had more 2 games basso. The North London Derby no Mobusa Mo Kudus in the interview no say back at home. Saying who North London Derby no. Because you di a classical home come kruma yenko ho na mobusa na say derby matches a hodo a wo fie unyamba bobi no jen na ne woso Kudus a share the thoughts omo to aso busa no ne manager Thomas Frank omo working relationship or say a good one to be very honest God fa Kudus fa ayas eba ebesi na yinkomo ye the managers are pass it through omo ensemo even with the national team great kan ho Thomas Frank happens to be the coach or getting the best out of Mo Kudus. And I know Messiah can Mo Kudus will do world class player. Because social media man for in the boss be so back Messiah and I'll tell you for a fact. But be a Kudus a grow kono. So be get to that world class status on one. Oh him manager or be born propagating. Okay. And yes, our manager AU so the number row way. The following day manager with number row. The following time manager. If you have checked and analyzed players like some world class or more establishing what a certain club one. Not system, not favor no. Not everything they do on the field. No more say ni penny you pushing. So check is here for Mo Kudus. Right wing honor or born and you mami no to me. Okay, assist the Mary Charleston no. It was from the right wing. Yeah. And most importantly in the weak foot so which is right, but check how the body by meaning say manager na action the kind of double dimension so or invert here between the left and also shoot too. Nemo we defender na money ball left and so now defend na block shoot na the outside Capo equally with me deliver ball no at the box no and the Shadrack between ya sa go no the amawa it was a perfect definition of whatever the coach has been telling Mo Kudus behind the scenes oh Kudus and you brave na ajibo between go inside defenders na who line no so the idea go inside once a while go outside but when you go outside it naturally cuts off the shooting from decision it becomes assistant cut back and the sana a weak foot so take time and deliver a good ball for very good connection in the box. Now Mo Kudus check Charles and ball one it was from that right side and can no call the ball corner flag and so attend a the left and so attend inside the bar so you'll be a from bubble ball ako inside or what you connect he's really grown now against Arsenal and against the most valuable centre-back partnership in the game currently, Gabriel Magalhaes on Mogbo and no nama a BMO Kudus ABC from no. But I feel say Christian must care about me about that kind of game I in Valencia or Impo Pierre and Capi bet me a partner Saliba. Arsenal will be very much good to go. They already have a very good team. Me game we on and France Makoma and support Mo Kudus. And the probability of Arsenal to win this game falls around 60% plus. They have to win the game. For form and for squad depth, Arsenal must win this game. Name the TN say Mo Kudus obey the whole PA game we say. Kudus pa. Kudus be the whole pa. Na ye pa no okofia. I say bobo. Really sorry. Next time. Who's our performance? Kudus was stand out against Arsenal. Name I feel say there's higher percentage. Say I feel say born in here. Now assisting in here. Assisting in here. nice game. Ebasi ani ma say Shadrack Abajuma. Now some fine ko ba bia or assist ball na me fa games no en Kola Liga. Sha say, o say ball ni crap papisa. Na papisa o pass ye because ni a block no. O say papisa pass ni nipa no gire ho no. Meaning say one on one nche ho no papisa o ntumi nyim free fa ball nko and o pass ye. Number 2, load rate say ho, it's free on free. Yeah. Check the load. Free on free. And it's a one individually quality player ball we just a side move. Because free on free was say ho. Also mama trouble. Free on free. Meaning say oh here ba could be by exceptional
player.
So in that exceptionality no, ball could do more cruise in weak foot no so.
Okay.
It's not just a my idea cut risk in a now look at the 101 no. I don't know. So a body say we are looking for the same situation Papi sa pass you know. That situation follow my kudiso or you know free at the call because at this point 2 players never did left. Yeah. What means I'm farmer left in the beam and call right. And I'll send a good cross into the box. Now watch this. This is the exceptionality. And yes, situation now Papi sa pass any day no. Yeah. But Drew Kudiso I know he has the space in the bar and sign. I can't say over Bobo no nyansamu. Good delivery, good goal. So open manager will get the best out of you and you need to make a choice. And I may have not sure see from against Arsenal, but in my little opinion, Mikel Arteta must and should win this game. Okay. Away from that, like a crabino and a full house. Once a game you the Yannick Bon come say at the institution football. At the institution school ho and na make can school become school meza can school na school no you dey wudi sua and na ade beba bobra na enima yo school ho no nyina no sua na kasa obeya mana broso dia eno na akate purpose no etinu am tu na sir El Khelafi for say waba game num enima favor the PG sorry ni mu monye very careful because ya hu be pay football politics is so play your cycle of life in football o kate ba community bia o ha ho agent for no president for no CEO for no omo na ye football forever and then I'm Bob Benata picture for France or starting with Marseille ade PG bia Marseille no mo ye no ho abedi Pele Marseille no ho asem na make they were the real gamers of France every bad move Benata pika ho na kai mo team no Basiboli, Joycelyn and Gloma, Marcel Desailly. That Marcel squad no, and then he can superstars the PSG. But I want you to buy no, Benata is watching. I am telling you, the same thing I can. Berlusconi munina watch Romo. Sandro Rosell or your papa the Barcelona 4 or Kofane Maba, one of the best players at Barca in their history mania. Capo Sandro Rosell, your prisoner in Korea. The football not there, a bit me mafia. Neno na la porta wo hu en wo tu no hofo okay eno no hu wo tu no hofo and na no na but sika someone ye we are some answer nyina e ka bi but obi antimi substantiate obi antimi improve okra okan bi ba betime prove until la porta si wa ka bende eno no okoka say
this apology
and no the tabas a call you say you Copernico Williams or more catch akra say you scar forget to be eka say nampani for who does no machire kase and now no tabas no league no nyina ohunu de ekoso no database say why MTN call MTN for who call we bia and no koka say omunisika ombo amen ko omunisika meanwhile no adwuma na wo ye no as part of your role confidentiality ka ho and today now kwete to ache Nico Williams ne nkrofo ne media fo ne madrefos basa ni sika e ho na lapota siw no e na asem na dane asem a e ya buatia opani Capo na enano na efie bia na yete ma bio fire ne wife say kasa odi oba na tamwa efie ofo nyina do ma no tumbi mu jai ojano Capo later omo tu akotena ba bi foforo sama sa akoka bom tu sha be kasa ne nyo ba ina zo twaso omo tu ye ma sa akoka bom ba twaso no ba bi kuntru hwan na chile ko le twaso wasa do fase eno mbusa la porte bi say asem ye bu abote ba so e na ba ye o se twaso nkra hia bi say ba sa ko fase na ba de na mo se ntro mo te sa no se no wona de ko to na ye bu aba no na Capo medwene ho na onu ade krontia de ntia Campo no munye. Omuni rights on beko ho. No maf wura chire ma omakonya esis. It face 1B no. Total number of capacity no 45,000 people. Phase 1C no ebe move project no akọ 62,000.
And also more here by December no manya.
Na nkrofo miensa institutions miensa na man Barcelona permit no. La Liga ka ho. Barcelona City Council na ka ho na UEFA. Shadrack ba adwuma fa we no ntoso.
Okay.
Eti La Liga no ho na represent you mo.
Have you Barcelona?
Eti a friend malam say oh mon ko company ho nko si aka 45,000 ye many UEFA fa ka sama place ko bibia eku. A face na the court no so bu abono enti who expect say eno nie. The main institution that granted the permit for Camp Nou is the Barcelona Council. This permission is for a phased reopen and includes an initial occupancy license for a capacity of 27,000, with the club also coordinating with other bodies like
La Liga, UEFA.
La Liga, what considers La Liga any pada? Any pada
body no. Tebas no
on the representing body no. Odi La Liga kokotwa Tebas ne ko fana ba represent omo. It is obi be ma permit a free La Liga ba have it.
Na say ni asema si ba santemo omune
La Porta Antoine de no so bi odia na hye se Capo ho ba bi asema.
Oh yeah.
Se onim no to asem no so the second phase no we kura ma so na se yasa akọ second 62,000 ko ma sa bi mu dia mo. So and e bia ntwa so me na me de ba ye Capo.
Okay.
Me se ma twa asem no so. Wo ba bia akwa akusi. Me last speak no mani bo obreno ko yanko. Mani bo Robert na baso so ne na nya the best partnership. Oh no say football na ye ka ho asem no partnership no betimi asi at any level, at any department, but the functionality of it. And then I'll be a attacker can defender the also in your partnership. But that's not the first time. ABC. Philip Lam near Robin Okayo like Cronaso, right Cronaso. Messi ni Dani Avis, a like Cronaso. Right to Hono Ababenya Mo Salah. And a Trent. Like Cronaso, Ubia himself, Batamben, and me right back in the The word is always overlap or underlap. Onimachia will be Sammy home. On some from but underlap or overlap. If you build that partnership, what we and even on the left, we've had a couple of partnerships. Messi and a Georgia Baba. Now, and so how sign of football it here. What we say, Messi in your partnership with Villa and then Pedro. Was also in your with Eto Henry, but was also in your with Xavi and then Iniesta. The same way, man in your with Firmino and then Salah, but was in the true alternate career no. And Robertson and when you are the best partnership. This is functionality of a system. Couple.
Okay. That's new. That's Newton Bitalati, video analyst and ordinary abano. Mizaya brain
yes.
Faudi Bra
Couple ma yencheti for.
Yeah.
Na yentoa so mfem free baby a Newton this year. Na yentoa so free baby a Newton this year. That means ye kasa about the Super 8.
Yeah.
Saturday bia said the ani city no. The Super 8 no ana ye de ebro. Na ansani be rura the Super 8 mu no. On se quotes I the ma ye amosi ye ma mo cozy be mo complain. Inti ani akofa Super 8 course in the amount. Out of the providing in the Super 8 we 3.
Okay.
The mummy and son baako ye anytime goal scorer. Baako a high risk straight wins na baako city ehunu no. Na yewia obiebie mu nyina na obi ye den ewom. So don't tell us say you've missed it. Can't just say you've missed it. Party the match.
Yeah. Me ba na mu como bi ko so e post na zere me sere me la porta ne issue habita na ka yi ne area am the fancy di maria so ntimi take legal action bia o ntimi take legal action bia nti am o ta me chi de na so the fancy o post na zere me so no mu theater so
ya no be kofo no
ya no be kofo okay. Abizabra.
Obaya no bisa dokuno.
Oze.
Obaya no bisa dokuno.
Why?
Say no beko
yeah. Endi no kwemba.
Oba no busa dokro.
Wo su nyina na opepa ni. Na banche ne mo de esiso. No mai no beku.
Central fire you know mo ko pa cho wa chi no ni mo defense ya chi.
O timi ne hu yanko.
O le kara c'est le pas hu. Capo.
Yeah.
The best at the Super 8 now. You starting commanding for Germany. You ye na open the paper bit match but you have a book code no so when it comes to the Super 8.
Yeah.
Now you call Germany you shall see free the Signal Iduna Park, the Westfalen Stadion. A whole Anna Borussia Dortmund, Stuttgart, Airball. Now, Capo, you get to me pass. This is between the Fortress Dortmund, the Signal Iduna Park, versus the Kingsberries. The entire Dortmund, you can say, the Fortress now, so ni say one. This season, lusu game e Dortmund lusu game e out of the possible 12 pick and Dortmund are picking 10. Yedi kana no game we omobo ofie de etosumienu mo the Fortress Signal Iduna Park Canada no ejina say in league no omobo Bundesliga mu no omo the second best defensive team. The first one no America conceded 6 goals. Borussia Dortmund a conceded 7 goals. Wow. It is free form no.
Oh yeah.
Ana omo defensive statistics no so say omo defending no afiwe anode. But o check league table na Bayern Munich actually Dortmund 7 points. Obi be kan say Niko Kovac nya de anu atena se ama Bayern ka besa no ya na Capo entisa. Capo no kure wom nyina na ye say Bayern Munich quality omo no e wo so. The gap between Dortmund and Bayern Munich is not about the inability of Niko Kovac so on team coach.
Okay.
Nemum quality na these two teams na separate omo no. Ana ma Bayern Munich ka dey a team. Because ukuta Hurricane, ukuta Seguaso, ukuta Luis Diaz, ukuta Wine, Kane Chukwu Mekane, Karima Deyemi, Gab ni mo wakakra. Michael Olise mo performance no more than no e was so. Capo, Oma accumulated 21 points. Dortmund has 16 goals. No ma conceded 7. Going into this game, Bibia Chesanka Dortmund the fear no moteno. Fortress mo records favor mo also mutimishe. But couple the ma asem ni yehuni. Asem ni huni na agina say 3 years in ye Dortmund in Stuttgart. 3 years in Dortmund intimishe Stuttgart. Now results in the same.
Okay.
2023 Omushia 3 times. 3 times in the first one ending in 3-3. Second one, Stuttgart share Dortmund 2-1, a league. DFB Pokal, Stuttgart 2023 now share Dortmund 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah, about 2024, Stuttgart Dortmund 1-0. The same 2024, Stuttgart Etnefie share Dortmund 5. And in Chebia Sani break Kwame Avesta easy no. Stuttgart share Dortmund 2-1.
Wow. So win team wo
3 years ni Dortmund team Stuttgart. Dortmund might be worried about players be Sebastian Bani, Niklas Sule. Omina injured. They are not part of this game. The biggest problem for Stuttgart, near say they will be missing their captain, Demirovic. Okay. But they are counting on quality players be say Angelo Stella, Dennis Undav. Missling Tatmo, some be perform do resource in the Abraham. But the track line of Emre Chan, Anton, Sklotabek, Kanichukeka, Gurasi. On se team a pijano no se be she and no. Go to got in a pijano. Ya her records ni no me go on nyina ne nkomo na ye di na. Capo. E be den so be ka se game we be kom no Stuttgart enya go. This season in the Bundesliga. Stuttgart actually honye. But what goes pa? Including so much goals change Borussia Dortmund. Omone Dortmund nyina so the same points. Oshe won as a Juma, why ye dear must to get free last season day banana. What a bomb home more than your match the DFB Pokal or your match qualify for the Europa League. A strong or more fruko or Montimba form. And we're looking forward to say against Borussia Dortmund. At least they will maintain that momentum. Obia were 21 points. 21 points. Leipzig in the toss you know, or no, I were 22 points. And a Bayern Munich, I were 28. It is sure say the less risk I bet me take care no also no was to crack a crowd man here say Stuttgart be a good year Dortmund.
Okay, there go.
Stuttgart e be nya go e dey team.
Okay.
They will be looking forward say they will turn the tides despite the fact that Dortmund Etifia Oma conceded 7 goals per in the whole league, you know. Oma one then was win no lose game of you know. Because Dortmund crowd draw boy of you against RB Leipzig. Oma 1-1.
Yeah.
Dortmund conceded. Dortmund gave some bonifia hold on. You believe say I'm one no there, but for Stuttgart's record against Dortmund, they will need to perform beyond their levels. It is the last races Stuttgart should go to Stuttgart over 0.5.
To Dennis Onda from Beto Tuntanane.
What I say against Borussia Dortmund. But the high risk Canadian also say Dortmund both chance if he because Olusu will fear this year. Sani Ayen. Then Bayern Munich bebo Freiburg. The last 8 games between Bayern Munich and Freiburg, Bayern Munich win 7. Freiburg but the man Freiburg so going into this game against Bayern Munich here say in the last 4 games of Mabon in the Bundesliga Lusu.
Okay.
But points tallying out of 10 games 13 points. Ombodro bebre no Lusu bi no Mashibi no mo de ko. And what they share then yo. But for Bayern Munich and they I talk about on team no. Afonso Davies has started training on team no. Jamal Musiala here in rehab on team no. But Oma ho de ne da so ginem. Conrad Lima or Pemenkano mo. Jonathan Ta.
But the
game be from Bayern Munich. But the safe option we've picked is a Bayern Munich to win straight.
Straight win for Bayern.
And only the safe option. Okay. The risky option we chose is a Bayern Munich win and over 1.5.
Okay.
That means Bayern Munich be share 2 goals. Economy. No, because Tibio be winning at 2-0, 2-1. I know you're the risky, but it's no. And yes, I can't say anytime goal scorer. Ye free mu enye Hurricane ye Luis Diaz.
Okay. Dentia.
Luis Diaz this season now contributed to 11 goals of Bayern Munich team. So Bayern Munich share 3 share 4, Hurricane share 4 ni na.
Okay.
So Bayern Munich share 6, 7 Hurricane on share goals ni na.
Okay.
Luis Diaz will not be playing in the Champions League due to the ban.
Yeah. The match we need the match.
Most of the league games they will have to rely on him.
Sure.
In his absence for most of the Champions League games. And Obayere no one goes in the gum. And will prove his goals no. Oshe. And the Vincent Company. And near check us now. Near check Luis Diaz also there. We believe Luis Diaz have the opportunity to score. Luis Diaz near Pequeno as a anytime goal scorer.
Okay.
Now your match number 3 now Paris Saint-Germain. And they have. They have funny stubborn bit a certain extent, so bit more frustrated anytime. But for Paris Saint-Germain, I think they will be smiling. And no not news and then money and Kadembele. Nuno Mendes crying a very difficult sober. Or more huge injury situations to deal with, especially with players bit say Desire Doué. Any Akraf Hakimi. But me no would komo you know Osman Dembele aye training said they now we home stories we can be actually Obabenya the likes of Nuno Mendes Moma joining team you know Kivicha Kvaratskhelia is still there and all of these guys. I think for Paris Saint-Germain at home adia Olympic Marseille you know they can't afford to risk the league title to Olympic Marseille. At home they are very comfortable Capo we yenchewo.
Okay.
Paris Saint-Germain the lower risk we pick near say a straight win. What I say the lower risk near picking near say a straight win. But the higher risk we picked was Paris Saint-Germain to win and over 1.5. Okay. And we picked the anytime goal scorer as Kvaratskhelia for that game between PSG and they have.
Okay.
The fourth game I fire and now Barcelona and Atletico. 24 years ni Bilbao will share Barcelona. Or Barcelona home.
Okay.
Okunimu Edin. And that's where that ye be a Camp Nou na no. Ni afre tie for ne central for nyina de o mabegu Camp Nou.
Na de.
Some me game ni bi.
Ne easy tempo no ne o mo ye worship.
Because say yaba.
Yeah.
Nemum Bilbao will be relying on obi to say Nicolas Williams so free injury ayede. Aba. Say on bebo mo. But na no come for so amadu so be huru akra na ye pa.
Yeah, almost de be man pa.
Because Hana ni expect so abesi akai. These are football fans. You cannot be grudge football fans. That is why they are football fans and you are an analyst and as a presenter. But I say a football fan always thinks about their club.
Yeah.
The ever man a club one ton, the ever man a club let me performing, the ever more no near as a fan, ever fan a club one up. The ever seen champion the reason why I could see Zebia no one shall. Do the man is on the pewama. It's on Obehuru. That is how it works. But for Barcelona to be playing at home, trust you me, we are hopeful say Barcelona a bit match this game. So for the lower risk, we went for Barcelona to win straight. We are picking Barcelona and say Barcelona, you are supposed to win this game straight. But for the risky one, we believe Barcelona will win and score more goals. That means Barcelona beat match Bilbao 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. And the anytime goal scorer, we picked Robert Lewandowski in this game for FC Barcelona. The fifth game I fire was Real Madrid against Elche away. Yempene to Mpenenwa. Yenim Real Madrid form Modibutia Elche. But Real Madrid a team back washe Elche pa. Capo. Or Ultimation pa.
Dufuno.
A be 4-0, a be 3-0. But the few away games, and Real Madrid to win 2-1. Meaning, say Real Madrid the share. But I know I concede. But all Real Madrid form any quality could tell me. Because Andrew Silva muni jina muma Elche mo.
Yeah.
So mo ba be pay results the tier Real Madrid. But for Kylian Mbappe's form, Avero Carreras, Vavadi, onya small or light injury or condition Vavadi aba. Nga air back. So Real Madrid were enough missiles going into this game. Trent Arnold might have the opportunity to start game for Real Madrid against Elche. Capo, the lowest risk option we picked was Real Madrid straight win. The risky option we picked is Real Madrid to win and over 1.5. And we believe anybody that is going to score a Kylian Mbappe. Ebinyagu Ediama Real Madrid.
Okay.
Number 6 game I pick here. In the English Premier League, we picked only one game. In the Italian Serie A, we picked 2 games.
Okay.
It's Managerial Italian Serie A, which is the 6th and the 7th game near the England and Abetato.
Yeah.
Now the 6th game, Corre Cremonese, any AS Roma. What check AS Roma away record in the Italian Serie A this season? Kono. Nefe Timishe Roma di no bisaru who say hey now the Roma team you makoda baby and makodi edrobi no mo away games. It will be team ahwehwe ma akwa hunu the last time a Roma elusu an away game. Then obetin komo na ye ne wudi nase. The entia we decided say we'll go with Roma instead of Inter, Juventus, Fiorentina, Napoli, Atalanta. But for Inter and AC Milan, we still have it.
Okay.
Roma check league log now. Omoto second, omo 24 points. The 24 points here, I mean, we didn't say Enunikuta AS Roma no. O check Roma away record this season in the Liga. Capo. The last time Roma lost an away game was against League in Atlanta. 12 May. And we lose to Atlanta by 2-1.
Okay.
3-1 boni nyina no. Oma se Torino 2-0. Away. Oma kwa akose eye Pisa 1-0. Oma se Lazio 1-0. Oma se Fiorentina 2-1. Oma se Sassuolo 1-0. AC Milan na show 1-0. So they have a very good away form when it comes to the Italian Serie A. Omba no mo show 1 so a waso ebetimi ayeshepa. O check your points or motimi accumulate here out of the 15 away points. Capo Roma kuta 12.
Wow.
12 no so much 5 goal concede 2. Meaning number no much 1-0 na near the other. The safest option we pick for you in this game is a Roma to win in a half.
Okay.
The risky option we pick for you is a straight win for AS Roma away. You pick it out. Now there will be the Derby de la Madonnina, where Inter Milan will be playing against AC Milan. The last 5 games between Inter and the AC, Inter Timishi AC Milan.
Sure.
If we are sharing 2-1,
yeah.
If we are sharing 1-0, if we are sharing 2-0, if we are not or Diguno, Inter bre.
The last 5 matches.
Because it has been a one-sided affair between AC Milan and Inter Milan the last few games. Where Obi Akra GDA said there be ore Inter form and ekuto omo de bobo on any place na ekuto omo na. I say AC Milan ya the boogie side. True, AC Milan has become the boogie side. But it is Kivu versus Allegri.
Yeah.
Tough game between two teams. And then Inter Milan and the leading the league table. And with the Italian Serie A, also kuta 24 points. AC Milan toso miensa, ono no 22 points. But Ocheki teams needing ya fie no Inter Milan accumulate 15 points out of 6 games. And 6 games in 18 points. Yeah. But if you know, waji 15. But for AC Milan, they will need to pick up the pieces as soon as possible to get the results. But also near a bad away side. They have good. Fairly good in legend. I say, we are the 3rd best away team in the league.
Okay.
Out of the 5 matches, which is 15 points, now also more accumulating. AC Milan accumulating 9. Almost 6 points.
Yeah.
But I'm team has 9 goals. Actually 3.
With the 9 points, no. Omukuta 9 goals.
Omukuta 9 goals.
Hey. No, ma consider 3. Next, almost about consider
a lot. But the Obama Inter Milan hope na yes you come on here say Inter Milan if you know a difficult say be game na we Inter Milan akọ clean sheet say on share. Oh Inter Milan they on share. The safest option we pick for you say dey Inter Milan benya go e dey tie AC Milan. Because sabi okwase abi be so yentia so mpremi.
Oh yeah.
It o memiem kakra.
Okay.
Lautaro Martinez and so shegu a nyame adoma okona nim akwakoka omo a ye bo the Derby de la Madonnina mu shegu spana obere mu bi ye table game we a ope player pa na currently otai shegu so mpa na obehwe Lautaro Martinez it any time goal scorer slip no ono ye
Lautaro Martinez
Lautaro Martinez.
Okay.
But for Inter Milan we believe the safe option for you say Inter Milan there obere obeshegu the amount. Capo, away from that, never heard the last one, which is the Newcastle versus Manchester City.
And therefore Premiership no.
And therefore Premiership in him. We believe
why that pick?
Because we believe these are 2 teams that are easy to cut after the international break and say we bet me pay one game. Me the last time I City travel ko PMU. I won Newcastle for St James Parker 1 shegu. Me the last time. Say a league. Na City too quite really no akọ PMO St James Parker say there be mako yakọ me 2-0. Akọ me 1-0. Akọ me 3-0 there be. Newcastle so this season will feel Capo 5 games and Newcastle abo feel no lose 3-2 no win 3. There is no draw in between. Omo tifi omo mo draw.
Wow.
Say ko bogi me we na we abo 1-1 ya abo 2-2 fi there be. In the last 5 games in the Premier League, especially at home, common am no woody.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk now on a boss say about home team common in a woman a couple. You did to me say what form we could Manchester City Ellen. Yen team case Haaland beat me to pure Man City in Shegu. We believe Man City ebenya over 0.5.
Okay.
At least Man City lower risk na picking. We believe Man City will get a goal and you straight win. City will get a goal. But anytime goal scorer no, you pick Ellen Haaland. Say o check slips ni dia e da honum na. The 10 was speak about the lower risk na lower risk no so yet the woman here say 8 na pick in the 3 games be aka one a man call 10 no man.
Okay,
so that 3 games ni easy to achieve. We believe Anna said if you we believe Esperance a double chance will work for him. We believe the likes of RS Bekanimo because there's a CAF Champions League. Sisami and Sano. We believe so the risky ones goes with the 13 or so no risky so instead of risky sir. You can look into it and pick it up. It is sad like the coats ni na beguas here. Edi amamo. Na fe they won't be no number one pick no pick now ko anim. But fashion trim say risky odds no ewa ha Super 8 waha ni bia waha anytime goes kwa bia waha. That is the weekend we have for you.
Okay.
Then minimum real Super 8 and then we will look at different stories, especially looking at Arsenal playing at home again. Me would be say Mikel Arteta take test beba after this particular break, especially when I war injury situations. But for Thomas Frank, he'll be relishing an opportunity. Say obetimi a stop Arsenal, especially looking at Arsenal field record. Capo, it is the best home team versus the best away team. Liga yebui. Upe team bako ifi pa na ho de wo soro pa na ya Arsenal. Liga yebui. Upe team bako pa away from no wo soro pa na Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay.
It o tu kwan na ye. By Arsenal netina fi no so ye dey. Eye. But the big story around this game is who Arsenal is going to go in for in the absence of Gabriel Magalhaes. Capo, Anna Shebrenin Krabi and Cassandra to the Mentiasia. Me would say, Gabriel Magalhaes, one player, or both season where we had enough from you, Jinamia, the Aboya. Menya should say defend the Bia Premier League man level through the season. I had my pa. And the importance of Gabriel Henze at the bench for Arsenal because our experience with defending Bida, what in your say. How to coordinate Arsenal backline and they declare so both free kick no bokona kick in the neba na yem show because bone can give you more no e Gabriel Magalhaes in the big no the niti aye dey apim say ta and they are to net. You'll be relishing a very good opportunity to continue their good runs, but for Tottenham Hotspur with their away form it makes it quite dicey for this particular fixture. But me mojidi amemetiano say Arsenal prove beyond reasonable doubt to say they find ways to get points in certain games. For example, against Sunderland, Arsenal of last season or last 2 seasons, trust you me, that game Arsenal will lose it. Yeah. A woman so drop points. Last minute, sure. And I'm drop it. But you look at the character of the Arsenal team to even come back at 2-1. The intensity, your man won't be ana. Obeti say Arsenal, they are maturing. But I believe certain players, in the absence of players, be say Gabriel Magalhaes will step up. Saliba is still there, but I think Gabriel no hena okasa or a leader okuta figure. There are certain players okuta Arabia. You need them in your games. And Tottenham Hotspur, you heard the Mohamed Kudus bear because game against Manchester United one more. And yet they call international break and yet they buy. Tottenham will be counting on quality, say individual battles, especially going up against Sebia Luis Kelly and I'll be against Ricardo Calafiori Crana. They are looking forward to say he will get a good game against Arsenal. But me Arsenal will feel any Capo, this is a game I'm to say Arsenal and Ricardo meet my pick a point against Tottenham Hotspur. Antonio Conte so ya do. Only players now could meeting over 1 hour. Then you break. Or see league no party. There be more than one and fan show be okay. You know, that's it. And fan show be okay. And fan show be no matter more for one. I need team the kind of because it's players be do mobile in Atlanta. As a manager, so I give them 2 for say careful. Okay. So on and more because Atlanta try to find a way. Come up Ivan Juric. I'm not for Paladino Dinaba or one of the defensive coaches or more league in more share than Babacono. Almost said, oh, defend brutal. I knew manager bounce to be careful about that one. Okay. Eventually, na Mike Mbra na ometo aso da yenhwe se de nwa bisi akọ. Me da sepa miza Mike Bray na yenhwe stories here the two onum say ubera league no man aside that say me da say for the first time since September 2023 we are lucky say
Nyankopon ya adama Monaco game a mobile away at Rennes. Paul Pogba bet me see in a competitive game. That is a good news.
Yeah.
Not all players return to a more usual form after a lengthy period of absence. Na or more ball, especially a Sansode Tabuato Nesua, only club be training. Upra different. But when you have to sit at home and then unya the privilege of getting top level training. Ewo football club hard Pogba can the best years in Nimua ye or do we 2023 abe 2024 by now. You should have been sitting comfortably at a spot where and also can bye to football. That ban for more than 2 years now has affected something about him. But you were new maybe no matter what you did you more or you de pay. Amount for baby now what GDA say if Pogba gets consistency, not injury permitting. Obitimia hit top form beyond. Na se France national team no kromo ye collapse, he might be considered to be part of their final squad for the FIFA World Cup in 2026 because omo GDA say profile are Pogba wono and the qualities are not opposed say wa bro France national team no oja hoko no not a single midfielder has been able to replicate it ntienda no dodo na sufre se anka Pogba wo ha Mbappe no akabi. So the kind of passes Pogba was sending to him or channel pass neba tratumsa, the precision with which Pogba hit the passes, it helped the attackers a great deal. Pogba ni hono, France has struggled to find a profile or similar in the idea of Munya. So I just wish so he would see some minutes and then escape injury. Injury here, football be a nebonsam.
Yeah.
Unimbo. To get the opportunity to demonstrate what you have, and when you are injury free, now we pray to me more, and that is what I pray. Say Pogba being soon to Nibio, then he gets a consistent period of playing. Now we're putting a name into the conversation for or more France bet me consider for the FIFA World Cup. Injury once and say me Jamal Musiala now say he will not be part of the Bayern Munich squad for against Freiburg. Meboa. Wakasana na wakase Luis Diaz so yabane for 3 matches. Intenya Champions League no bet me about the next 3 games for Bayern Munich. Very interested. Reverse Rose, these 2 same clubs. In FIFA Club World Cup, Urefide Donnarumma, Ediye Musiala. And I swear, that was a career-ending injury. We don't know what will become of Musiala. If Musiala returns in the year, you need stay to club by returning home. Donnarumma escaped free. It was Luis Diaz and in eagerness to win a ball, the same as Donnarumma's eagerness to prevent an attacking action against a PSG. Sa incident na Donnarumma koye no, it was very dangerous. So people catch you say it was needless because ball no ne ya kwewi extra line na nisa. So did he really need to apply himself that much on Musiala? Because if say Luis Diaz ye concerned to the extent that I will say away for team normal banning for 3 matches then I also think in the same vein I buy the botechino and no one was here the boba. If Luis Diaz deserves suspension for a 3-match period, I think Donnarumma should have also been looked at. Look at Omunya video normal de Cherewa. Clearly you will know Bono. It was more likely say better Nabe go kick than Musiala getting a pinpoint cross. Donnarumma kakra keni Musiala send you city. Ojano win out on the Subu Abranti and name. Yanka Hoshe and I know PSG for no man. Luis Diaz scored tackler. Hakimi was on the receiving end. It was bad and I know dear. Hell must break loose.
Sure.
You ain't mean football no nyengi Musa and Mwabia. Injuries are part of the game. There are instances where you see, like Roy Keane, the other Haaland Papano. Musa malicious, he went in with that intent. Some will be proud. And then they are down. But there are instances where accidentally player are overly aggressive, and as an eagerness to win the game, to win the tackle, a leading more Wontumi apply excessive force. These are understandable stuff a game name. And Joseph Abu na Japan nina. All but short Joseph Abu din and I share where a prane. And no thinking candy. And no thinking candy. Just look at this. Was it necessary? The Musiala, the defender marquee player, and the defender and bit me I share the ball and I could head and now when you keep empty, the ball was going basically nowhere. And once on only defender and cry, I was uncle training, but the defender and the Pia Musiala. Check it. William Pacho, Opia Musiala. Into way na kabaya and furnace why you case tin the Akoma FIFA. Mumbani Musi Donnarumma. Nasani ayeno. And to Munkwamo de play a pradia, then hell must break loose. This does not really augur well for the good of the game.
Okay.
Was Sebo in a career, but away from that. To games Basso. The North London Derby. Kudus Benya Kwenyana Bolon North London Derby as a Ghanaian. And it will be the first time since December 22nd, 2007, Ghanaian player airborne North London Derby nibi for Spurs. But for Spurs, the first one in history, as per the documents are available, Kevin Prince Boateng.
Oh, okay.
Even that time, he hadn't even nationalized for the Black Stars, but Ghana sued him. Kevin was on the losing side because in the Premier League then, Arsenal that first. And then Spurs were 12 on the table. Arsenal won that game by 2-1. Kevin Prince Boateng saw 60 minutes of action. His side lost the game. Omobo were EFL Cup in him. And then the Spurs had the advantage, winning back 5-1. Then there was a draw as well. But in the contest of the Premier League, in the sole North London Derby, Kevin Prince Boateng played as a Spurs player. He lost. Kudus Ebe won the first North London Derby as a Spurs player. How will things unravel? Again, a Juma war, Spurs team name. Arsenal were momentum. The momentum in the sense that check your more record with Spurs. Their last defeat, our Mosafa Edema Spurs at home, was somewhere November 2010 when they lost, I think, 3-2. Every Urban Arsenal have never lost a home league game against Tottenham. Again, in terms of scoring, in the last 26 matches, Arsenal have always scored against Spurs. In the last 6 games, Arsenal have won 5. They have drawn 1. So momentum definitely is on Arsenal's side in terms of meetings on the Spurs this year in this North London Derby, especially in the Premier League. Next, Arteta now master how to play against Spurs. Between this period, Weshia managers beat is a Conte, Ange Postecoglou, and the Thomas Frank Sonabetwaso. How will things pan out? Arsenal team need your my year especially when they play against Spurs. One player stands out, and that is Gabriel Magalhaes. And the interesting part is in the matches our last 3 games are Gabriel Aboeti Arsenal. Capo, ni na winning man of the match.
Okay.
3 man of the match was in the last 3 meetings against Spurs. Wow. Mamifa picture the instant Shadrach na on Fantoso. Throw a man of the match was me and Sa and Edemano. In the last meeting on mobile, the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, when they say winning goal, no, the man of the match in the that screen is no. Tottenham versus Arsenal, 2023-2024 season. Arsenal versus Tottenham, 2024-2025 season. Tottenham versus Arsenal, 2024-2025. Ni no repeat.
Wow.
He has contributed a goal and then forced a goal. The forcing and on one share there, but the own goal no credited Dominic Solanke.
Okay.
And then the one he scored, it ended 1-0. Solanke then Arsenal 1-1. But the one share the only goal. It ended 1-0. Now Arsenal away.
Okay.
And as you can see in this picture, this is where he scored that goal. Games is saying, what it calls for here. Yes, you enter this game with passion, aggression. Tottenham DJ Bar. Arsenal so also Budija and Gabriel is one of the fire starters in the Arsenal team. Say a Janobe free Arsenal. Gabriel Kamo Musojano. And his absence would deal Arsenal a great loss. Makani goal contributions near there. But in fact, see a last 3 years ago, he was Arsenal's best central defender, Obeka say William Saliba. But I think from last season, Debano, the most consistent and the more reliable Arsenal defender has been Gabriel Magalhaes. He has improved, and it looks like the ratings, I bet the Saliba
yeah.
And Saliba now looks like Arsenal's second favorite centre back, and Gabriel looks like Arsenal's most favorite centre back. To check out this season, before his injury, he had not missed an action for the Gunners. So how would they cope? Wabra, Gabriel, ain't means ya kind be Enfama Arsenal in this game. And that is where the crucial parts come in. One, the duels. I've spoken to you about how explosive, electrifying, and then how aggressive and passionate Gabriel is. So if you check the metrics in terms of duels, Arsenal defenders any winning duels it will mostly be Gabriel Magalhaes. Into checking the duel success rate in this season, Gabriel was 66.32. Saliba closely behind him with 66.15. And that explains why they are the top two centre backs for Arsenal. But the closest Mosquera, Calafiori, Hincapie. Hincapie they are 25%. Maybe the sample rate in this because on more matches to do. Calafiori has been here and there. Yeah. Then Mosquera, and so a point in time on Usunya minutes in Ibibo. But Gabriel has showed that consistency and also proven successful in the duels, whether aerially or on the ground. And to own him, Arsenal are losing their best defender in terms of duel success rate. Who feels in to replace him? Per the statistic, the closest is Mosquera.
Mosquera, yeah.
But does he have that experience and that nerve of steel to say the Gabriel war in games like this, Anna? Because Gabriel is proving like North London Derby need Rubia and not come neighbor. And that is why he's won 3 consecutive Man of the Match awards. And to be Obabeshan and Naibiano needs to come with a certain character which is similar to Gabriel. When you do our success rate in Ifriwa, again, Arsenal with and then without Gabriel. Omame players are more the most clearances and then blocks in the Arsenal team for defenders. And again, it plays a part in the duels, the blocks, the tackles, and the clearances. So they are not to swap. Remember, kind of free me. Players are more Arsenal more the most clearances per 90 minutes. Gabriel Nelidi, 5.91. Saliba follows at 4.84. Again, why not close? Mosquera, 3.98. So he's looking like Arsenal's third best central defender per the two metrics to assess them. Blocks, again, Saliba is second to Gabriel. But check Gabriel number, 9 more than the Saliba. So it means that Gabriel Naba a second goalkeeper, but on Sanchez, or the Honamje short. Blocks near ya ball short now the Waje. Gabriel has made 13 blocks. No other Arsenal player has reached double figures. Again, so we'll check here for the central defenders in there. Mosquera and third. In 3 metrics: blocks, clearances, duels. Mosquera appears as the third favorite. Now, on Mame, another statistic which I sent to him: Arsenal with or without Gabriel. I hear saying, so Gabriel match Munomobo in the Premier League since August 2024. 39 matches with Gabriel. Arsenal's win percentage is 61.5%, which means they've won 24 of the 39 matches they've played with Gabriel in the side. Omo loss 4, draws 11. Points per game 2.1. Without Gabriel in 10 matches, the win percentage dropped from 61.5 to 40%. Points per game dropped from 2.1 points per game to 1.7. Then the wins about 4. Clearly, so only team Nimua, it takes something away from the side. And that is explained by the duels Diabekafa on the defense aspect. But I know Kwana Gabriel or Fadema Arsenal. Arsenal have gained a reputation as one of the best set piece teams in the world. Corner bar Obeshel, free kick Obeshel. One key figure in terms of utilizing set pieces, Gabriel. In fact, in the Premier League, since Gabriel never be from September 2020, so the statistics netos were Gabriel Ashe 5 more goals than any other defender. So if you check Premier League defender and the goals, Gabriel 18, Michael Keane of Everton, and they closely followed, but Gabriel Chinemu 5 goals, 13, Fabian Schär 12. Trent Alexander-Arnold 12, Virgil van Dijk 12. Omuinano, Gabriel Magalhaes chef at the same. Then set piece goals. Of the 18 goals that Gabriel Lasheno, Osha set piece goals excluding penalties. Because Gabriel more penalties from us now. But the rest, whether from corner or free kicks, set piece goals. Washel 18. James Ward-Prowse now close with 14. Susek 14. Salah 13. So, in as much as defensively, he contributes a lot to how Arsenal play. Offensively too, he offers an outlet for Arsenal to activate their set-piece machinery. He comes with a certain level of proficiency. And Wontumi, like in the goal against Spurs, 1-0, no, it came from a header, from a set-piece. The Opemia Ekobo Solanke Omuji Ongo no again from a set piece. And if he's not in the side, definitely that element will go away. And it would influence Arteta's starting lineup. Now let me explain. Yeah, defensive assessment, say Mosquera was the closest. Yeah. Now I want to start with this. If Arteta chooses to use Mosquera as the left centre back, me imagine him say one of Calafiori or Hincapie, because Arteta I know type of left-footed players with the left central back position. Okay. But per statistics, likely say I will say you will be to say Mosquera because of what he offers. Is similar to Gabriel. Then he will compensate for that with a player who is dominant from sanity. Why? Mikel Merino. So if you see the Arsenal starting lineup, Nyankopon yard much now. Say Merino ball force 9 the Arsenal, do not be surprised because Arteta lose the qualities from Gabriel Magalhaes. Yeah. Merino will replicate that from set piece situations because of his dominance in aerial duels. And that is something that you must look out for. Away from that, to the Milan derby. Last one I'm in February. 2 players who will likely define it. Oko Italy almost say Undabi la 10 10-1. So the derby of the 10s. Lautaro Martinez number 10 for Inter. Rafael Leao number 10 for AC Milan. Omo now but derby Madalena 20 times. But Lautaro may win more at the same Rafael Leao. But in the Milan team, you can't say Leao and the most experienced player with team in terms of this derby. Okay. On our bossing Obia. And then he's been at Milan longer than the rest of the players. Wow. 2019, Leao joined Milan. It Leao not now chasing, but he doesn't have one thing, which is the leadership to lead this side. Only leadership Leao bet me show any football attribute. The moderate mobile dressing room, no, Leao is not that example to follow. But in Lautaro, Inter have that. A dressing room presence and then an on-pitch presence. So who will likely influence the game to favor their side in the Derby de la Madonnina. That aside, this game will be defined also by the middle. Okay. Akancha Akavinichi be said he is one of the 2 players when the big games come to town.
Wow.
It's a game and more Demba. Çalhanoğlu demonstrating a quality. Check Inter versus Juventus this season.
Yeah.
Almost all the big games Inter Milan has played, Çalhanoğlu steps up. Oko Milan team ni mu a player ono so abo big games ha gini din o baby for friend the waba Milan Luka Modric. And the two will likely sit deep and influence their middle as playmakers. Çalhanoğlu for Inter, Luka Modric for Milan. But if AC Milan had the full complement of the midfield set, trust me, it will give them control in this game.
Okay.
And mechanics are because the 2 teams will line up in a similar formation, 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Inter and Soma. Then Manuel Akanji, Acerbi, and then Bastoni. Left, Federico De Marco. Right, Carlos Augusto will replace the injured Denzel Dumfries. Now in Fifino, Obebo, Barella, Çalhanoğlu, the constant, one of Suchek or Zielinski. Then in attack, Lautaro Martinez, Marcos Thuram. Oko Milana, Mike Maignan. Then Fikayo Tomori, Matteo Gabbia, and then Strahinja Pavlovic. The left will likely be Batshuayi or Pervis Estupiñán. Right would definitely be Alexis Salemakers. In Fifino, if Rabiot is fit, it becomes Luka Modric, Rabiot and Fofana. Then in the attack, Pulisic, Leao. Obia DSA, Obia different players to impact the game. But I'm repeating, if Milan get the full complement of their midfield, especially available, and make Jumani here full at the moment, and I will tip them if they get their full set to upset Inter Milan on the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Me da sefa Michael. Enti ya be nyame adom ochna na the Milan derby no e baso na mse we remu ye amaye payemre fie na fie ye bedi nkomo Ghana in league you know say the matches on so and ochna Ghana in league man no be shipa about time say bibi aboko
Capo bibi fine
good ye remu na
say ujafni kanu ko fo kan wa say ti ye twa dia be ko be do said ya no ka obi dia no sa ne be kan dia on say ono bae no ti o bae no obi akọ ti na no one brai ugina we ya wabọ ne bagi
jo mu ka o de enjo be ko mu de
ewi ase de u ka oni awasema ya no careful o chinenti se de we see can for ourselves no e for
socks we ni off white
o de show o de me de kasa so on the mic no off yes it be
Ghana man
say the Ghana man
Ghana area
na
we kwa so dem ko tu nyumo
is what Ghana
e one man supporter
enye easy cry
say Ghana Blasters ready US ready qualification ya nya bomb pay mom no ma qualify
okay
so mo gro no mo yi free ma e be so be yo ma oni o mo ko o di e mo mo ko ba ye be ko bi enya sa pa dia enya wi ase ba se answer na work up na ba Capo yan chance family the sports ministry akache na unim say secondary sports stadium enra opening ekokọ inspections kakra on national sports authority and penning for ewram enso eti ekokọ inspections kakra enso etimo secondary sports stadium ema to channel so etimo kwa na right after inspections no and honorable enso edin komo kakra na honorable komo kan so say enra dia no kwane dia nani aso adwuma na so mo so etima ye ewo secondary sports stadium yen kokoti honorable Kofi Idi Adams after say one also ekopiem our secondary sports stadium for inspections after no odin komoyi ejaye
work that has been done by the contractor. I would say, well, I am a bit okay with what I have seen. The roofing, the trashes that were worked on, the scoreboard, the way it's been done, the washrooms, the way I've seen it, I'm happy with it. But then the progress, the time, we have spent too long a time on this project. That I am sure will be because of what? Funding, cash flow issues. And that's why we've spent so long a time. And I'm not happy that, because the thing about sporting facilities is that you hardly can you use it
Kofi Idi Adams another Sansom D2 Jadon come MT for Black Stars player your friend of Francis Abu now Francis Abu on say on passing through Right to Dream Academy now Right to Dream Academy in Kwadana school for no and so at the message the amana say omo hwani say abranche no ono so no beton in 10 na wetima be san say oyobia na okamo ho ana wakwa prenti omo the message we eba Capo unim say ena baby jet asamoja birthday and then when you're 40 years and Timwana Moka say 40 and then baby jet asamoja and you're 40 Ghana over PM Ghana as abako semuno striker a ban Africa even African you know one ana the tennis wabo goes to do a walk up baby jet asamoja and that's yes and then when you're 40 years and your man happy birthday nemum and yama kakra baby jet asamoja here or nasa what football no I just a so any pass so that only goals I say should be World Cup. We say World Cup no on the only Africa player what's 6 goals in the World Cup and Ghana as a whole about 51 goals and a dama on my Kokro guarantee baby jet asamoja ni moment ni binie I say our retirement inti way Ghana against a man from US of A and ya don't come on and so 8 midame ya TF20 baby jet asamoja mbakano no Ghana #1 striker to say China ya mano ya babo nurse and retirement good game na diamano no a branch and when you're 40 years into when this year any bakono no diasa amount to channel come teams in the boy from Liberty Professionals Eco Copiemo the last team of boy Legon Cities and the last team on us 8 boy or boy Udinisi Carcio abo Aqua Copiemo Sunderland Aqua Shanghai SIPG Oko Copiemo Northeast FC India Eco Bobo you know and straight one baby jet as Samuel and Wasem and I dare say can sounds at 20 happy birthday to you legend abo oye legend oye obi ankwadas show accession ti and now would dey essential and kunim dey enso etira baby jet asamoya so e dey eno no afeye wramu ewo aye Benjamin Chineboa Neymar akache na yeni nkomo kakra Benjamin Chineboa Neymar enso your former player Mina Sharks and afi club ni di enso dey Diana Stars yeni di nkomo ebisa ne say players as say yen frɛ wo mo emomebo aye Black Stars local players yen frɛ mo emomebo aye Black Stars ni bi no aya our player what boy league ni bi da say na na ho enso ACT Neymar etechem say the train
Black Star na ankasa na play be a dream say wait me anya chance emu yen fro so a football no emre ebi wo ho a ebi a wo mere na nso emre no so a ebi wuma is so he me fan say can say housekeeper Benjamin Service here baby oduru ya ansa na ye fair no itina me ka say football na emre wo mere ni dura baby a no obetimi
Sano and sweat me a cacre free a branch and a catch ever. Then watching the Bissan says, Nema, what boy Mina Sharks, Egbo, a club, a fan, Diana, what to cry, what Bagana, say, future at the say, oh, Ghana Premier League, no, January transfer window, ne Bia, Yanshu himself, bought Ghana Premier League, Guinea, and I say, Oberself to cry, Nema, HM say at the train.
Born this, and I want to find the buy so my first almost be 4 months late, you know, like already wait for it. Say December, January window now needed, you know, or already I'm since living workers. Oh, man, I'm saying, I'm ready. I'm in workers. I'm missing. Heard in Yamabe. So football is Ghana now.
Benjamin Chineboa Neymar. I know this answer no. I know so ko to Jawe Santa Manesa and Lord. And I put Lord any about an office Sadrak. Omo Eko Baba Stadium many branch and di komo. Emma to channel and sweat me call come na. With him say under 20 second batch no screening no and sweat me cause plus me pray. And our coach and the and so the Maswa Kunadu Capello. One and so etima from na Sadrak at the place na to swa. I basically so kakra so etimi the mana a branch and the and so KFC Samsung and Andy Aya Nesene Kromwa and so bon boy de Accra Hunter Folk and Wachi Abdul Isaka Anasa Isaka a bon board de Kotoko Samsung and Hadi Aya Muhammad a bon boy Adama Sankara Aya Nasnas or one bon ball after Edward Fifi say do Ekahobi Henry Aya Kwakubuaten Alex Ayan Bansu Ekahobi Evans Aduchum Ofori Yusuf Sani Sansla Gideon Otabel and after let's continue a ɛda screen so ya double soccer academy ono ene penikasi opiano say double a player back Isaac Kwaku Oti yes ono Oti ene da etire ono na ye di arrow ato no ono ti double soccer academy yes double year adwuma na no say okọ yes team no way second batch screening no mo ye no second batch enie ha na akwada na ye kana sem no sa akwada no minimum pa oni bo ne bo oni bo ne bo nti double obedi shana anu se okọ France yes nti bibia be kama enso etu ani ewuram enso etu Ghana Premier League mo na ye ni komo matches nti emfa fixtures na ma ye tiefo na game Saturday special Saturday games no eye mienu club e fa na mediama e body e tia Bechem United o TNA e 3:30 PM ana sa game no and enso etima Toja Kala United Ali Mama Sports Stadium ababo e de tia Basake Holy Stars na bibia so atimi awakama we matches na Toja Sunday special yebanya games eba so nyame boa otena ama bibia so atimi awakama club ni din so the Summertest etena Summer Boy atono Sadia Fra Sante Kotoko na omo so game na atimi ba so no ati Dreams FC ebo Swedo Gamba All Blacks on University of Ghana Air Stadium on a game no ebe Toja man to channel so to kama Ho United 11 Wonders All Sports Stadium Vision FC ebo Heart of Lions Diana and Brekum Chelsea a local derby Bono derby at Sanus Etma Tojo Nana Ajman Badu the first pack ama biakwa kama Nation Chelsea ebo Adetia Gold Stars na game wenom onim se Capo jama game we sonko ene se coach Frimpo Manso Mayanga started with Gold Stars ene ne okwa body etia Gold Stars yes or body etia Gold Stars nti players ni bi ewo Gold Stars omo se be body etia Nations ama control one of them control no Nations or baba bo and so team the community ama dynamics no kama so team o sanso ana berema ba yes in fact the dribbler one and so ball etia club of Nations FC and the former club nti ebema game no the young apostles wanchi womo enso na class folk elebo womo ka last season a club of not folk ekokose young apostles and nti young apostles say ono so ebe make amends and so it was a game ni mo ama to tena waka Masoud Didi Dramani coach and so it with the Mahasa folk what did come on at their first game amoko akaba no ebusa preparation towards a club your friend young apostles omo game amoko akaba na Didi and so it mu say at the change come Didi Dramani and so at the tuja
tough opponents, youthful opponents who run a lot on transitions and who also play expansively. And so we have I think we have worked so well. Players' eagerness and then players' anxiety and desire is really high. The intensity we bring in our sessions and the aggressiveness in play is something and areas that we have to really push further up. We will embark on the trip tomorrow, and then we are very hopeful that we will play to try to win.
Club of Fana Gamba All Blacks. When also did come ahead of this game and I'll catch up say game no more Kokobandi game on body tia All Blacks and Yaman Kwe Nelso or piece game winner Bibiabe Kwe and so team down Yen Sama Ransford Mensa Edituja ahead of Young Apostles gamer Omokakobo.
Because it's gone, it can never come back again. So we are heading towards to Young Apostle, and what we are doing here and what our coach is teaching us here, so we are well prepared for the game.
In your previous
to improve, we are learning how to improve of positioning well to score a goal, for the second ball to come to create another chance to score a goal, because we have to score. Scoring more goals will give us
to the Kotoko Summertest game. Coach Annie Dean and so at the Karim Zito and so Dean Komokakra ahead of that game. And I say preparation there when Eddie Ramna Omodia season start your wedding commerce every game Biano Mukomuno Humukwa Omulusu a win or draw on Omokakope Yentia coach Abdul Karim Zito on game Omokakobetia Summertest. Senior Redia Yentwasona Yenim Komokakra Lord Hilary
mentality of winning, because as I kept on saying always that before the beginning of the league, we ask ourselves, what do we need in the league? And we all give the positive answer of winning the league. So before you be declared winner, you have to go through this process. So we are going there with the mentality of winning.
Jana, Hilary double a former player, the Samates, and you be sans Samates game no more. When Sunday never Samates, wow. Chama players ni nyina ebo edema fans no so support players nti omo kwani de emu be de pa but opu say ombe wini Lord Hilary Adabo ekasa.
We just have to be mentally strong because playing at the Century Arena is not easy. Yeah, because the fans are always behind the team and the boys are always ready to deliver for the fans there, so we just have to be mentally strong.
Sano and sweat your Lord Hilary Adabo and other sons ahead of game no Samatas fan bako apeja ni mu no sere ochina oyo besi ama wansaniesi na kwamba faswa wo best match chire na se asante kotokofo no anya kwanketo akura no hopi se ombe wini yentie Samatas fana wono so ani Mo Shaban ene di san komo no yentie no
awo Samuel boy ha a change be for easy kotoko watri se omo mutu ona ma yankofa yenyi woni ti a china de yegina yem atri se yenu tu na bibia fefefe
kotoko yo unbeaten season we yo
oh sasa mata se yegina nando akotoko woni mba he na ye mpayimfo
sama seti ya kakre fi ono mo eno so etv da benti Capo ma me fancy na mom me pedan anti around tech ho area or tech duase de kwad kokosi ofori krom ne ho nya yempe agent 0547047771 you just call me me agent me agent eno na me ka se me agent you be dipa ma kan no
na se
makoka uri dipa ma kan no Mr. Pobi Ose ni umpeja ndia.
Kosi udie.
Hone fadan. Opa mo bi na wa. What's tu?
Me say two baby.
New yanko.
O ka se nko ara mpese mtwa so me yeko.
Yeah.
Oh my fishes in show kakra because so ba say was tu.
Also say two.
I say ya
oh baby oti. They be up baby at fratra.
But on the most
was open prisons na
David. Who's the David. Empire.
Oh, the Central Prisons Daniel.
No.
And that baby boy, how am I meeting you?
Me see.
Manesa fa no ba to join asme hu here. Asme hu here. O de manesa fa no.
David. Tech. Aye diase aija hono de kwa
fa number no
547047771
9 boy o
0547047771
okay over 10 for that
okay
on say couple fixtures here was young weekend we matches ni be a tricky part matches ni be tricky like I was telling you do EPL presentation because matchups ni be your home one obesha last year the no na pese wo de e ka sema fi but before na meko games ni so no this weekend your referee for no omo emma performance ni so ani we wouldn't want to be here back on Monday next week yakopo ya adom na performances of these players and say can one no couple na you discuss referee yes they are part of the discussion but those discussions would have to be on a positive note and yet to say o share that one share that the bia na yet ho na yake kasa o your referee upon match na your body is how do you feel the bia na your body is how do you feel weekend we matches ni bebre a tough notch top much na me start Capo na me pese me kanisa but my main kanisa Kumasa Santa Kotoko has for weekend we menye sure so bia be fa win do bet me fa win no ese so yire ne ho
Kotoko Samates as of so
young apostles rather versus as of sa game no oh say na you see the word tricky pa sa na young apostles for motie last year before kickoff obeti ka say omona ebe lose game we even at home now mo performance na men ka say enso ani yes start season this year hu do mo de Kotoko and last year na young apostles for eba obuase a Kotoko they had the first goal until Kotoko last hour obabeti do she go to referee for young apostles ne why mediema me guy na person Bundi no but beba no wafa no call two kwan no buy no call wafa or call immediate maseme. He led Lomoti. Lomoti last year on the young apostles eba. And this season no young apostles team no mashesheno. From goalkeeping department, you can see the final third. There have been improvements. Obia no that's wo no no. Boy no ball last year na fi no the biaka ho. Samuel Prepe last year only goal in the Hasfuk. It was one of the best goals Yashano last season. No?
Yeah.
It was an overhead kick and a ball. It's a lofted ball from the right wing. Now how about turning a chidin a chichre goal poster on your connection to that ball? A very similar go to Rooney the or Shedity at Manchester City. No?
Okay.
When you the full back to the scoring post.
Yeah.
This season, if somebody tells you say young apostles performance and so any Capo, Sinipani who what I saw Bibiani against Gold Stars or Dance Park. What I saw against Kotoko, Babaya Sports Stadium, Maka 2 away games. Hasvok Echo Winchi. Me say Hasvok, in my little opinion, they are not winning that game. So, Omofa 3 points are a beme mama, na just omo yidom hopa.
Okay.
Na the Maka no, a na meka. Bibiani will be on some meka that there will be mekama young apostle for tomorrow mode. A born on my bonnet no coach hena. On coach, you know, they have one of the calmest coaches in the game.
Yeah.
It has a calm, so calm. 90 minutes in the bio bet me sorry. One story I be 3 times. Capo. I haven't seen his type. O mass rube bray, I feel na all back or war and that's what be say or to the young apostles ye be beer. You be born in that. You're very coach and no so watch good men no. Okay. And no con wine fat America cry. No, me who say young apostles Bob be no. And nobody and they have 2 goalkeepers who beat me starting Massa Wood and a Fran Boateng. Bako a huge experience he gave them. Okay. And Bako up and coming, you know. We're a very good goalkeeper. Very, very, very focused. So has a folk and prepare ye. Whatever it takes to deny and limit the number of chances our young apostles will be couple of months so. Kotoko game no mobile hakoto we need 2-1 no. Senka said a core na game no core ebia na kebe 4-4 or 5-4. Young apostles kotoko nya chance but musu nya chance papa. And that game against Hasfok mo hoso mo wenchi has him prepare ye pa.
Okay.
Last year omodo ball 2 net Kim has a 2 trana na mo take no. And I has a sire come back or measure 2-1. It will be different this time. Yambo Amandi we show game we hunti ha. Na kotoko dieno Christopher Endi no oni bi bebre ye bonum or ma men kan say onye winner.
Yeah.
Oh ye bonum. Nemom things back me ni bi aba be fa no. Ni suno se coaches no onya GBB ba ni ba be share be how no bia. One those coaches no.
Yeah.
On team pinpoint is waje FA Cup waje we but only be share bi be how.
Tricky.
Coach Christopher Ennin, Brekum Chelsea, or Mamma, you're solid. I don't know what trainer who I'm far. Coach, I'm about Dubai. I'm a man for now. Capo, Okofa coach business. I'm about Dubai. That's a fans. Eda so cause last year performance. No, you team catch up. Why wants some mocha? Christopher Ennin, a Juma or Yedima Mono. Edo Jawako, South Africa.
Yeah.
Okodi di clubs in BH and Chebiana coach as a Chris Abai. Now by Kotoko pen go stars a pen Adriana. Adriana before number appointed a Choba Aristicano. No more Christopher any and of course some text no couple. Washishe team pa. 3 center backs on your good way league or Bako oh. 2 midfielders, Mezani, Solomon Ajay, one of the best midfielders in the game currently, local league. Samate's 4.
Oh no.
He has some of the top players on the squad.
4 to 5 assists.
Wow.
See, if I'm wrong. So yeah, back Kotoko players as players. Solomon Ajay for Samates. Kotoko Obia or you dangerous in that team of motion here. Said yeah, Samates so who be you know. Almost the first Solomon Ajay. This season we are talking about 4-5 assists.
Abdullah Latif no freaking.
Wow.
He is not a winger, na attacker or a natural 8. But me say 4 to 5 assists check.
Okay.
So Samates Kotoko match papa. I wouldn't want to hide anything from Hasvok match no because me say and I catch Kotoko for say omo pew fear or put some level of fear be on the attackers any team on Saturday so that I'm making you prepare ye but I'm going to avoid the I'm telling you that game is also a big game. I mean, who could by winning game? No, I'm really kudos to them on my idea, but me, in my little opinion, Kotoko ain't me winning a game. No,
okay.
When it has in this weekend, they are not winning.
Okay,
that is my little opinion, and the honesty of it. And I say, Samatex, maybe all does a CN League or Boafino and a younger process. They are improved versions of themselves as compared to last year. And I feel remember I did the Makotoko and I has for couple 2 games in America was other games minimum said bringing to Akosia Wahan and Nation and Media and I just say or become Mema Bema was giant friends. Yeah, giant friends no one can do become
new with us Newton Vitalate, the video analyst no and the kakra abaninti your conduct amuziona ya twaso na ya said dinkomo ya semo Newton no na aguzi ya tamu no ko me do tama to so di